Aaron McFadden, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
You're causing a major disturbance on my time.
If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from hitthatline.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one Razorback. Number one.
This is The Morning Rush.
Borderline erotic.
With Ty Richardson.
Sunshine. That's cool. I can dig it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy?
What's wrong?
Lloyd!
The Morning Rush starts right now.
It is a Hot Take Monday live from Indianapolis, Indiana, following Arkansas's big-time Sweet 16 win over the Oral Roberts Golden Eagles. Let's take on the Baylor Bears tonight, 8:57 Central Time. We'll have our pregame coverage with Chuck and Z. IMG's pregame beginning at 8:15 tonight. And we have a lot to discuss this morning on a Hot Take Monday, whether it's just the Hogs surviving and advancing again, another double-digit lead their opponent had they were able to overcome. Some Sweet 16 games outside of Arkansas that you are definitely interested in. The sweep over Mississippi State in baseball, which I don't think any Arkansas fan expected. Plus, I had a little mishap with a towing company and a lodging company yesterday, and I had a whale of a day that we'll at some point get to this morning. But I'm assuming I know where you want to start, Tommy.
Yeah, Woo Pig Suey. I mean, what a weekend to be a Razorback, and tonight could top off a weekend. I know it's a late one tonight, but everybody may need a nap today to get ready, but nobody's going to bed early tonight around our state at all.
I would say that's a good way to put it, because what I gathered is Friday from the Morning Rush listeners, the Arkansas fan. Oh, wow.
What?
What's
wrong?
Nothing. I enjoy the attire you have on this morning.
You just now pulled the video stream up?
I just now pulled what Tommy is wearing. So, Tommy, if you're...
Well, don't tell everybody. Give them a segment, and then that'll be the tease to go to the video stream.
Okay, yeah. Make sure you go to the video stream to see what Tommy's wearing. I did not I thought the drink or two of coffee I had this morning woke me up, but no, that just
Did I just get you going? Now you're ready?
You just got me going, but there was a sense, Tommy, from Morning Rush listeners and a lot of Arkansas fans up here they talked to, that they could not get any work done on Friday. They were so excited about Saturday night's game against Oral Roberts in the Sweet 16, and I don't know what got done around the station Friday. I just know from the people I talked to in Indianapolis.
We busted it. It was a hard day.
Yeah. Hard day of work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from the sense I got from people up here in Indianapolis is they can concentrate on anything. They were so excited, and for the people that work on Saturday, it was probably the exact same thing. But what a victory, what a win, and the atmosphere here, as I was telling Matt on Saturday night, was unlike anything I've seen in quite some time for Arkansas Razorback fans.
Yeah, I watched both y'all's pre- and post-game show, and you could feel that. Once you got rid of that Longhorn in the background, everything was great. It was glorious. I don't know why you had a Longhorn in your Airbnb, but we'll get to that later. But to feel the excitement just watching the videos of fans calling the Hogs in the street there in Indy, to see Musk get off as he's going to the bus, call the Hogs, get off 2 more times from the bus and call the Hogs with the fans, and you know, the way they celebrate it, it's a shame that the rules and regulations don't allow the team to kind of celebrate a little more with the team. You could say, I don't know who it was, kind of providing a barrier to make sure that the team and the fans didn't mingle. Mm-hmm. But, and you understand why, but it's just a shame that it has to be that way right now. But, we all know why with COVID restrictions. But you can just see this state has not had this level of excitement and energy. I know there was a brief period with the baseball team in 2018, but this has been long overdue. Long overdue. And when it comes to an end, and hopefully it doesn't for a week, and hopefully you're lifting the national title up on a week from tonight. But the odds are against you that. But Arkansas's beat a lot of odds along the way. But hopefully when they say we can appreciate what we've been a part of this year, regardless if it ends tonight or a week from tonight or whenever it is. Hopefully we all understand and appreciate and not have a lot of disappointment on our sleeves.
Joe also brings up on our VotalLaw.com live stream that the hair comes off with the win tonight. I didn't.
It's true. This is true.
I told Matt this. I don't know if I've been telling you this, but I've seen several Morning Rush listeners up here, and some of them will just do the hey Ty, and they'll point towards their head, Tommy, and act like they're shaving it. Yeah. They just do that. They just say one more, and so that's happened a handful of times, sporadic times this weekend, but.
Or maybe they don't know who you are at all, and they're just pointing, saying "bad hair, bad hair."
Is that what you think?
Maybe that's
it.
Yeah.
I think it's. I don't think it's the latter. I think it's the prior one. But, this Baylor team tonight.
I'm going with mine. It's funnier with mine. So.
Okay. This Baylor team tonight, unfortunately, and I've had to deal with my dad's not overbearing trash talk to this point, but a little
well,
smack talk.
Hey, at this point, you got to be careful about the trash talk because those chickens can come home to roost, you know. You got to be careful.
I haven't said a word because I had Arkansas. Now, I don't take this for what it's worth because my bracket is unbelievably awful.
Yeah, you're still in dead last amongst everybody on staff. It's
good to know.
I mean, you've been wanting this contract extension and this huge raise. Based on that, I don't know. You know, that's got to be a factor somewhere in there.
It's good to know.
Your lack of sports acumen clearly is rearing its ugly head with this bracket pick, buddy.
Good to know. Good to know for all.
By the way, who's on the other end of that deal?
The other end of what deal?
All of our on-air hosts and their brackets. Who's got the most points in that deal? By the way, I can't remember.
I'm gonna assume it's not you. I'm gonna hope it's not you. No, that's what I'm hoping right now.
I'll give you a chance to look during the break.
Okay,
but he may have a hog hat on right now.
What is Matt saying in the background?
He's saying it's rigged. I don't know.
You do have the ability to change.
I do not have the ability to change
anything. And you always say you do whatever it takes to win, so that would surprise me one bit.
I do not have the ability to do that.
If you went in there and changed the score.
If I did, there would be a few games I would change.
What were we prior to the bracket?
Is he still in last place, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not even close.
That's all that matters.
And it's not even close.
You threw off my train of thought. I forgot where I was going this morning. No, it's okay.
Ty, you ought to be sitting just right next to Tommy and seeing this Razorback hat on. It's impressive in person.
It looks pretty good.
Glorious hog hat.
Tommy, I will say one of the guys that I stayed with over the weekend, he wore the hog hat not only to the game but after the game, and he was very, very excited. There was a lot of Arkansas fans that made their way, and I expect there be even more. I expect the Arkansas fans to outnumber the Baylor fans pretty good. But I'll go back. So my dad.
Yeah, you're talking about your dad and the trash talk.
Prior to my car getting towed yesterday, we're at lunch, and he walks in. He had gone to a burger place and walked in, and it was me, my brother, and 4 other Razorback fans, and he was just chirping a little bit. He's got his Baylor stuff decked out from head to toe, and I'm curious to see if he can his team will back up his trash talk, because it is a hot take bunny, and he was throwing out some hot takes last night. I don't know what he thinks the final score was going to be, but I know he is supremely confident
that
he thinks
7?
Baylor's going to win.
I see that right this morning?
Let me double check.
I think Baylor's a 7-point favorite tonight. So.
Okay, that's not too bad. I feel like.
Yeah. All right, Hot Take Monday here on the Morning Rush. We get ready for the Elite Eight tonight. Brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of Exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. All the top brands: Grand Design, Forest River, the solar-powered Vibe, the Alliance Fifth Wheel, KZ, Sportsman. You could be dragging this thing to Indy and towing it up there and getting ready for the Final Four next weekend with your new RV from Wheels RV. 5 miles west of Exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
At some point, we will get to the towing story yesterday. A nice little $150 fine, nice $40 ticket that you're going to expense when I come home on Wednesday, thankfully. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
But it's
I hate to disappoint you already this 9 minutes into the show.
Not to mention the original Airbnb I had booked last night, the internet didn't work, so I had to then sporadically find another one and figure that out late last night. So it was just a long Sunday for me. Long Sunday, we'll get into that, but we will get into some of these Sweet 16 games coming up. Arkansas sweeps Mississippi State in baseball. There's a lot of good things happen for Arkansas fans. Hot Take Monday is headed your way on the Morning Rush.
Hot Take Monday is brought to you by Wheels RV, Highway 412 in Springdale, and online at wheelsrv.net.
Eagles Nest is coming in hot. Hi, I'm Bill Bolton of NWA Gold, Silver, and Coins. I started in this business in 1972 at an auction house that specialized in antique and estate jewelry, sterling silver, and coins. In that time, I've seen gold go from $35 an ounce to today's price of $1,683. I want to talk to you about the coins you may have inherited and how important it is to deal with someone who understands coins and this market. In 2011, we had a mother and daughter come into our store and sell us a lot of jewelry they no longer wore for $3,300. The daughter then pulled out an 1850 California $10 gold piece. Jeremy offered her $900 and she accepted his offer. He then advised her to have this coin graded. She did, and she sold it for $36,000. If you don't know what you have, please come see Jeremy in our Bentonville store. Don't sell it at an auction or an estate sale and get less money. What's in your safety deposit box could be worth thousands. NWA Gold, Silver, and Coins, Bentonville, Fayetteville.
The biggest selection, the best values, and more for your trade at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. No one beats the selection at Harry Robinson, with over 500 vehicles of all makes and models in stock today. Some as low as 500 miles, many less than 10,000 miles with full factory warranty. Pre-owned trucks, SUVs, and great vehicles of all makes and models are ready now at Harry Robinson. When the other dealers don't have it, Harry does. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Fitness will always be about keeping a routine. And the best routines in life will always make time for enjoying yourself. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
A hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor?
Yep.
Can I try one?
Yep.
That tastes great.
Told ya. Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beers, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
The bloodline of any modern business is their computer network, data storage, and supporting hardware. So who takes care of one of the most important aspects of your business? Hashtag Managed IT Services in Van Buren can handle all your networking services like cabling, firewall, routers, and VPNs to hardware and software protection from virus and malware. Hashtag Managed IT Services in Van Buren, 479-802-4978. That's 479-802-4978. Hashtag Technology without the headache.
Looking to upgrade your fleet or needing professional service to your existing fleet? Carco International of Fort Smith offers the latest trucks and equipment in the industry. With over 70 years in the trucking and equipment business, they have the experience to keep you on the road. Carco International offers professional service after the sale. Carco International Parts Department supplies all makes, parts, and gives expert service. Carco International is the answer. Leave it to the pros to keep you on the road. Carco International, located at 2721 Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith.
Metal Mart offers high-quality prefabricated metal buildings, metal roofing, custom trim shop, carports, and more. They strive to be a company where contractors as well as do-it-yourselfers are welcome. Metal Mart assists you in calculating the materials needed to complete your project, all at a rate you can afford. Stop by 7320 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith or call 648-3342. You can also catch them online at metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
Frank Roll Furniture is your Made in the USA headquarters. We carry as many Made in the USA products as we can, including Jackson and Catnapper sofas and Love, Speed Queen washers and dryers, and Serenity mattresses. This month we are offering special pricing on cash and finance. We are family owned and offer in-store no credit check financing. Visit us at FrankRollFurniture.com. Frank Roll Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
Come get you some. 2728 Townsend Avenue is your off-road and performance center headquarters. They've got everything from lift kits, wheels, LED light bars, UTV parts and accessories, winches and tires. Need general 4x4 repair? No problem. Come get you some has one of the largest 4x4 shops in the States. They do it all, from installing a bug shield to building some of the baddest off-road machines in the country. Call them today at 782-6833. That's 782-MUD. Or check them out online at cgysoffroad.com. Come get you some.
Whether it's a game day, a holiday, office function, or your family lunch or dinner, Whole Hog Cafe Fort Smith is ready to serve you their award-winning barbecue and sides. Dine in or call either of the Whole Hog Fort Smith locations, Burrow Road or Phoenix Avenue, or go online to wholehogfortsmith.com and check out their buddy packs and party packs. Both Whole Hog locations are currently open 11 till 6, Tuesday through Saturday. Experience award-winning barbecue and sides at Whole Hog Cafe today.
ESPN 95.3.
The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Crabb.
And Sills drives underneath. Desi missed the shot, but Williams is there to clean it up. Jalen with a one-hand slam. Hogs lead for the first time tonight.
The Morning Rush and Halftime will be live at Game Day Lodge in Branson April 5th and 6th. Check out the Game Day Lodge on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Airbnb.
Speaking of the Game Day Lodge, got a text from Jason and Sarah Everett. They're up here this weekend. Tommy, did you see their bus that they parked outside of the JW Marriott by chance?
I think I did. It was more of a luxury van, wasn't it, more than a bus? And I saw some of these out-of-staters making fun of us. You know.
Well, apparently it's decked out on the inside. When I was talking with them yesterday, they invited me to come down and sit with them in the suite. And I will say, at the second half, when I started sitting with them, things turned around. So I'm not saying that was the sole reason, but it's definitely one of the reasons Arkansas was able to pull it out in the second half.
All right, we got Miss Lisa and Brent in Stuttgart on hold. Hang right there. We'll get to you right after this. Brought to you by Vision Exteriors. They have high-quality material and workmanship that go into making great-looking siding and great windows that are energy efficient on your home. But the thing you'll love with Vision Exteriors is the communication, the customer relationships, and the customer service you get. How many times have you had someone do work at your home, they don't communicate? The only time they really want to communicate with you is when they need a draw. They need money. Well, with Vision Exteriors, you're going to find JD and Josh and the staff fun to work with because they're going to communicate and give you great customer service. 285-2333. 285-2333. Call JD for a quick quote. Windows are Energy Star rated with lifetime warranty. Same thing with the siding. Very low maintenance, easy to maintain, no color fade, and lifetime warranty. Vision Exteriors, 479-285-2333. Love where you live again with Vision Exteriors.
Let's take our first phone call of the morning where you're welcome to hop in here at any point as it is a Hot Take Monday. Miss Lisa is in Northeast Arkansas. I got a chance to talk with her on Saturday night. What do you have for us this morning, Miss Lisa?
Well, all I have for you is the fact that I lived through the game Saturday.
I heard you after the game, yeah.
Oh, when that kid shot that shot, I thought it was going in.
Yeah, my heart stopped for just a beat. So,
well, I went to my knees. Because, see, I've been fighting vertigo all month and having to crawl around anyway. So it wasn't nothing for me. But, listen, win or lose tonight, I'm so proud of every player on this team.
Yep.
I mean, I know we hear it all the time and people get tired of hearing it, but there's no I in this team. In fact, I would say if I had to pick a hero right now for the NCAA tournament for the Hogs, I believe I would pick Jalen Tate. He is cool as a cucumber. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but I just listen.
Hey, how about your guy Desi Seals with those 6 big rebounds?
Well, let me tell you about my guy Desi Seals. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to be PMing him during halftime of the ball game. Him and Moses Moody, and the next, after the game, they got their phones back. They said, Miss Lisa, you can't do that. And I said, oh, I can't. I thought I could. And they said, no. But anyway, how about Desi Seals and his tough D? That's what Desi does. And we love Desi here. But let me tell you, our preacher even preached on it yesterday on Palm Sunday. Now, this state has turned upside down.
That's right.
And I'm loving it.
Hey.
Everybody's happy. And I'm crazy all the time anyway. I wore my Razorback shirt to church yesterday. I sure did.
Our church has already announced if the Hogs make the Final Four, they're moving the Saturday night Easter service.
Well, you have to.
You got to, exactly.
You got to. Nobody will be there.
Yeah.
You know, we love the Lord, but we love the Hogs too, and he gave us the Hogs.
It was clearly his will for them to be in the Final Four, so I got to follow God. I got to follow God's will.
Me and you both.
Yeah.
But I hope we win tonight. If we don't, I'm not going to faint or fall out or have to have a cold rag on my forehead anymore. I'll be able to take it now.
Yeah.
But I want to ask one quick question, and I'll get off here. But are any of these players like Justin Smith or Jalen Tate, have y'all heard anything, Ty, or anybody there that they might come back?
Miss Lisa, I appreciate your call this morning. I think the sole focus of theirs right now is just maybe they've thought about it. Now, rumors are always circulating amongst Arkansas athletics, as they are in any of their college sports team. But, Tommy, I have not heard anything concrete that I'd be willing to share on air about what their decision is moving forward. Have you?
I haven't even heard lots of rumors, so I'm just assuming they won't be here because of the season they've had and their value. I hate to even use that term, but their value to the next level in professional basketball has probably never been higher. So I just assume that Justin Smith and Moses Moody won't be a part of the team next year.
Did Kevin and the guys over at Community Bible really announce that they weren't having an Easter service on Saturday night?
No, that's been out there on Facebook that there may be a change in the church schedule next Saturday night.
Did you see what Kevin said?
And I wonder what they're – hey, real quick, what are they going to do with baseball? Because Arkansas is scheduled to play Auburn at 6:30. Hunter's got to move that game, right? You can't play a home baseball game in the middle of a potential Final Four. I mean, let's win the night and we'll worry about that later, but that game's got to get moved up.
Plus, we'll talk about this more in the Quick Hitting headlines, but they're going to have a watch party for the Elite Eight game tonight. I would assume that would provide for the same Final Four game.
Yeah.
By the way, Tommy, real quick, did you see Kevin's comment about the Cherry Cokes?
Yeah. He'll pick up the tab on all of those. I don't imagine
Coke.
You've had too many Cherry Cokes.
I have not had a soda, I think, this weekend. All right, next call, going out to the land of the Ducks, welcoming in Brent in Stuttgart. Brent, you got about a minute, buddy. Go ahead.
All right, Ty and Tommy, you're rocking the hog hat.
You like that?
On the internet, I'm just telling you.
Love it. That's the old. That's the old school Uncle Heavy foam
heavy duty
hog hat.
Oh yeah. I got one thing to say about that game Saturday night. DirecTV, I ought to shoot you. You could hardly watch it because of the weather. Kept going in and out. I tell you. I mean, I think it finally recorded the last minute of the game.
That's frustrating. Not the time. Of course, there was a lot of bad storms, and you got that rain fade. But man, poor timing on that.
Gracious. But I'm going to tell you, I've never been so happy for the Razorbacks, for the whole entire state. We're just engulfed with Razorback right now, and I want to say this: how about all your prognosticators that you have on the radio talking about Razorback baseball, and they said, "Oh, we're going to have a hard time at Mississippi State. They haven't given up any earned runs." Wrong answer. Go. That this weekend was just fantastic for the Razorbacks.
That was a great
It'll
win,
only
Brent.
get better after a victory tonight.
There you go, Brent. Hey, enjoy the game tonight, buddy. Enjoy the game.
Good call this morning, Brent.
As Chuck used to say, it's fun when you win, Keith. It's fun when you win.
It's a good way to put it. All right, quick headlines coming up here on the Morning Rush. Talking more Arkansas basketball. On the other side, stay with us.
Hot Take Monday is brought to you by Wheels RV, Highway 412 in Springdale, and online at wheelsrv.net.
Hey, it was BYOG. Bring your own guts. RV show pricing is arriving early at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV wants to invite you to skip the lines and the crowds this year and shop the industry's best brands at Northwest Arkansas's premier RV dealer. And with a lifetime warranty, RV storage, and a mobile service shuttle, owning a new RV has never been easier. RV show pricing beginning now at Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
at any of the Clay Maxey companies. It's just an easy, customer-centered experience. We wanted to make it a one-stop shop, so we added Kawasaki and Can-Am and Hustler and Worldline. It's really been a nice add for us. We provide full service. We're doing pickup and delivery. We were able to add the Vexus line, which is a premier bass boat line. We want to make it easy. We want you to visit us at any of the Clay Maxey companies. Clay Maxey Ford and Harrison, Berryville, Motorsports, Marine, or Clay Maxey NWA.
Tommy Kraft here for the Fitzman. Do you own a business that needs more security? Or maybe you just want a better look and more curb appeal? A new fence from the Fitzman can give you both. In business for more than 40 years, the Fitzman can custom install any type of fencing, gates, and controlled access for your business. Call the Fitzman and ask about 18 months same as cash financing with approved credit. 479-782-3936. That's 479-782-3936. The Fitzman. He ain't afraid of no work. Hey, Tommy here. Want to take a minute to tell you about our friends at R-Track, I-40 at exit 58 in Clarksville. They've been around 17 years doing things right, providing great value to their customers with compact tractors and outdoor equipment to the Arkansas River Valley. See the full line of LS brand tractors with 22 to over 100 horsepower models available. Nearly all feature a front-end loader for maximum utility. It's all at R-Track, exit 58 off I-40 in Clarksville. That is R-Track in Clarksville.
Picture a can of paint. Now picture a professional painter. Now picture a can of paint from the paint store in Van Buren, perfectly applied by a professional or possibly you. Painting your house could be a pain, and people who think painting as a pain prefer professional paint and pointers from the paint store in Van Buren. The paint store has the best Richards paint and expertly picked colors specifically for you. Need a professional product or a professional? It's the paint store in Van Buren.
The biggest selection, the best values, and more for your trade at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. No one beats the selection at Harry Robinson, with over 500 vehicles of all makes and models in stock today. Some as low as 500 miles, many less than 10,000 miles with full factory warranty. Pre-owned trucks, SUVs, and great vehicles of all makes and models are ready now at Harry Robinson. When the other dealers don't have it, Harry does. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
California Customs, the area's largest and most experienced truck accessory superstore, has a complete lineup of the best truck accessories around. If you're looking to upgrade your truck, then California Customs has the wheels, tires, suspension, and performance parts for you, including a full line of hitches like the popular B&W turnover gooseneck hitch. When you're ready to take your truck to the next level, stop by California Customs at 6408 Highway 71 South in Fort Smith. California Customs, where price, quality, and selection have come together for 23 years.
It's tough out there, trying to stretch every paycheck a little further than the last one. It means cutting costs. And one of the best places to start is at the office of State Farm agent Jason Glover, because he'll do a free discount double check to make sure you're getting the car insurance discounts you deserve, up to 40%. So give State Farm agent Jason Glover a call today, because being there to help keep more of your money in your pocket is why he's here. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Discounts may vary state to state.
Van Alma Tire Center between Van Buren and Alma is your one-stop tire and auto center. They offer all the name brand and private label tires for your car, truck, four-wheel drive, semi-trucks, and trailers. Plus, they have lawn and garden tires, too. They do everything from oil changes, alignments for your 2 or 4-wheel drive vehicles to brakes and suspension replacement. And CV axles and bearings, too. All this at Van Alma Tire Center, 6805 Alma Highway, 5 miles east of Van Buren, 2 miles west of Alma.
GS Hobby, located at 2003 Fort Street in Barling, has over 300 remote control cars in stock with brands like Traxxas, Arma, Axial, Lossy, Team Associated, and ProBoat. GS Hobby has in stock the most popular cars, and they have an 80-mile-per-hour Arma infraction. An indoor turf track is also available for racing events from beginner to pro set, or if you just want to have a little bit of fun. Stop by Monday through Friday 10 to 6 or Saturday 10 to 4, or give them a call at 648-1994. GS Hobby, more fun than you'll ever know.
Wave Rural Connect is bringing state-of-the-art fiber internet, TV, and phone service to your home. Get amazingly fast fiber internet as low as $49.95 per month. TV packages start at $32.95. Fiber phone service starts at $29.95. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-4WAVE-RC to find out if we're installing in your area. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
Shot clock winding down, 5 to shoot. Backdoor lob to Justin Smith. Smith throws it down, and the Hogs go up by 6.
Watch the Morning Rush on the VotaLaw.com live stream. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Phil Votan Associates. You've never met a lawyer like Phil.
Got some quick headlines coming up here on the Morning Rush, and we'll talk a little about what happened this weekend. Not just Arkansas basketball, but the Sweet 16 Elite 8 games, just Sweet 16 games that we've gotten to see to this point, Tommy.
Elite 8 begins tonight. It is a Hot Take Monday, taking your calls, your text, your reactions to the Hogs in the Elite 8 tonight. It's brought to you by Wheels RV. They have RV show pricing right now. Boy, I was out the end of spring break. Bull Shoals State Park, full of RVs. The road yesterday, everybody headed back home, full of RVs. If you'd like to get out and enjoy the natural state the way it is intended to be enjoyed, Wheels can help put you there at all the great spots around our state. There are a bunch of them. They have the best brands like Grand Design, Forest River, Vibe, Alliance, KZ, Sportsman, and right now the best prices and a lifetime warranty on everything they sell brand new. It's all at Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72, off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV.
So, Tommy, before we get into those quick-hitting headlines, my father is wanting to try Harry and Izzy's today. Now, we had that on Friday night. It was fantastic, and there's a story with Chuck and Z that I want to get into later in the program. But one of my things that I did, and I texted you about this, is we got the shrimp cocktail sauce, right?
Hang on. At Harry and Izzy's or at St. Elmo's?
Correct, Harry and Izzy's, because they're owned by the same people.
Oh, okay. So it's the same thing as next door then? Or wherever it's at. Aren't they next door to each other?
Yes.
Okay.
Harry and Izzy's is a little more casual, and it's open for lunch.
Gotcha.
That's kind of, I think, the difference is
I did not know that. So.
And so
it got you full and undivided. It cleared them sinuses out, huh?
Yeah. Well, I've never really backed down from anything spicy or anything. I'm just
it's
grown
different.
up now.
This is built different, as you like to say.
Yeah. And so I bullishly picked up a shrimp. Didn't eat a bite of it. Ate the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it didn't burn my throat.
No.
But it almost came out my nose.
Right.
It was just like a little tiny man with shotgun shells just started shooting around my nose.
I told you don't take that first bite without some respect.
And
you didn't listen to me.
And I just started coughing and wheezing at the table, and we're in this kind of back room, and all these people are like looking at me like, what's happening with this guy?
For the audience, you know how when you get pool water up your nose or whatever, you dive into the pool and the water goes up your nose and it burns that top end of your sinus cavity, and it just burns up there, at the top of your nasal passage.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind. Okay, multiply that by about 20. And that's what the cocktail sauce at St. Elmo's is like for about 3 seconds.
It's rough, man.
I love it. It's good stuff.
It was very good. I just didn't need to.
I told you, don't dive in and eat the whole shrimp one bite.
I didn't heed your advice.
You didn't listen, and you didn't respect the cocktail sauce.
I didn't do either of those. All right, let's get into some quick headlines before we take our calls. If you want to hop in here, it's 877-377-6963. Tommy, we were talking on Friday for Arkansas baseball. Hey, it'd be nice to get one win. Hey, if you could get 2, great. Well, they got 3. They got 3 wins on the road, top 3 opponent in Mississippi State. Christian Franklin had himself a weekend. My goodness. Now, a little disappointed in Arkansas baseball's Twitter account because they initially put up a video where he's saying, "I run Mississippi," and then they took it down, which was just an awesome quote because he was just raking this weekend. But Arkansas baseball, 3 straight wins, top 3 opponent, right back in the thick of things. And I said they weren't ever out of the thick. They weren't out of the thick of things, but people were starting like, hey, well, they just. Well, no, they just set their.
I don't think
anyone
their foot down. I never questioned whether or not they were a top 5 team or a contender for the West. You wondered, is this really the number one, the best team in the country? That 16-1 shellacking you took to Alabama
would shake
anyone's confidence in that. Now, they came back and won the next 2, got the series win. Now it's a series sweep. And what this does is when you can go on the road and beat a quality team, a top 5 team like Mississippi State, I think Arkansas, A, will be back to unanimous number 1. Mm-hmm. And B, it gives you some breathing room that if you slip on a banana peel at home or you get swept on the road somewhere, you kind of got this as backup. Ultimately, you'd like to get to 20 wins. That means you won 2 out of 3 on average every weekend. That's going to be hard to do this year in the SEC West. But this gives you a little bit of breathing room that you're going to need somewhere down the line, and it proves that Arkansas is every bit as good as we can. It's baseball, and we have to be reminded this thing is a marathon, not a sprint. Can't overreact to one game or one weekend, nor can we overreact to a sweep, no more than we can overreact to a series loss when it happens.
Mm-hmm. Arkansas football got some good news over the weekend as Miles Roser committed the Razorback, 4-star safety out of Michigan. According to Rivals, it's the first top 100 recruit of the Sam Pittman era. They're top 15 right now in team recruiting rankings on 24/7 Sports and 24/7 Sports Composite. Pretty impressive, the class that has been compiled so far for the Arkansas Razorbacks, and a good in-state class is going to help out a lot with that. We mentioned top 30 first year for Sam Pittman and staff, top 25 the following year. If he could get a top 20, heck, if he could get a top 15, that shows you the recruiting is headed the right direction, Tommy.
Absolutely. And it seems like this rising tide of success with basketball, baseball, women's basketball, track, its continued success, softball, it just seems to be hopefully bleeding over. And I know Muss had a statement about, the what was it? Something of champions, the
campus of champions.
Thank you.
Campus of champions.
Hopefully this rising tide will lift the football program along with the other programs. This is how you do it. You got to get players to win. You got to get players.
Tommy, to your point, Dudley Dawson recited this in the press conference yesterday that he had a football recruit that was noticing the success of Arkansas basketball, and so to say that other sports don't have an impact. Now, they're not – just because if Arkansas was to win tonight, that doesn't mean a 4- or 5-star quarterback is suddenly going to commit to you tomorrow because of Arkansas basketball.
But you're welcome to.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt.
You're welcome to.
It doesn't hurt, and so that was a
particularly
cool
nose
story.
guards and linebackers. You're welcome. Come on.
More than welcome. Some Arkansas basketball news for you this morning. So Budweiser Arena is hosting an Elite Eight watch thingamajiggy tonight, watch party.
I think that watch thingamajiggy is exactly how the press release read.
Is that how it read?
Exactly the way Kevin Traynor wrote it.
You can park in lots 56, 56B, 60, or any lot west of Razorback Road. I don't know. If you gave me a map, I wouldn't be able to point any of those out.
Where does the sun set up there? You spent long enough. Where does the sun set? What side of the road does it set on?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Any lot on the side of the road opposite the arena and the football stadium, those lots, that's west. So
I learned something new today.
Right.
So you can enter Budweiser Arena through the south or east entrances in order to see that. They're going to be selling Must Bus, NCAA tournament apparel, and concessions all tonight. Are you going to trek your way up to the Elite Eight, or where are you going to watch the game tonight?
No, I'm going to watch the game. If it hadn't been at 9, we'd have probably done a watch party somewhere. I don't know that, with today being the first day, kids go back to school for spring break, everybody kind of getting back into routine. I don't know how well attended a 9 p.m. watch party would have been somewhere. So
nope.
I'm going to be probably with you guys on the pregame, I assume, unless y'all kick me off. And then, and that's fine too. And I'll be on my patio. I'm going to have a fire built in the fireplace. I'm going to watch both games. We're going to get the kids neatly tucked into bed. Hopefully they'll stay there and watch the ball game.
I'm curious what the setup looks like for fans in Lucas Oil Stadium tonight. Because remember, two courts for this. I want to know what the vantage point's going to look like for that tonight.
I just hope, and I was hoping you could tell us a little bit, but you hadn't been over there yet, I guess, to Lucas Oil. The sight lines, the shooting lines, the backgrounds, is any of that going to matter? Now, Arkansas has not shot particularly well. 37% the other night, made 1 3-point basket in the game. The Highland Dairy three-pointer update was in danger.
In peril.
It was I don't know. But they made 1 the other. This team has not shot well. And
they're due. What do you always say? They're due.
Exactly. They're due for a 48% shooting night. Now some of that's they're not going inside as much, but this game might be a little different. I don't know, but 37% won't get it done tonight. I just know that.
Yeah, they're going to have to shoot a lot better against Baylor. And if you watch the Villanova-Baylor game prior to Arkansas taking on Oral Roberts on Saturday night, Villanova was putting it to Baylor for the majority of that first half, and then Baylor just took over both defensively and offensively in the second half.
You cannot turn the ball over, which Arkansas does a pretty decent job of. Arkansas had 10 turnovers the other night. You got to keep that number in single digits tonight. You cannot allow Baylor a lot of points off turnovers, and you got to shoot better. Arkansas was 86% at the free throw line, but only had 15 attempts, made 13 of them. So got to find a way to get there more, make a few more 3-pointers. I mean, it's basic stuff. This isn't
not rocket science.
It's not rocket science. You got to put the ball in the hole more. So I mean, it's pretty simple what Arkansas's got to do to win this game.
Calls coming up, just a few more headlines. Indiana has hired former alum Mike Woodson, who played under Bombi Knight. They've also hired Thad Mata as an associate AD for the men's basketball administration.
What'd they spend, $10 million to get rid of Miller? Get rid of Archie?
Know. Cuban just wrote a check, right? Isn't that what happened?
I don't know, but, man, this seems like a real letdown hire. Now, maybe you're there. You can get the feel. Is this –
No.
This doesn't seem like you are wowing the fan base.
Indiana fans don't seem too enthused about this hire, but it's I don't know. Like they couldn't get Brad Stevens. They weren't going to get Muss. What would excite them? That's sometimes like what you have to ask. What when someone's hired and the fan base is not happy about it, like, okay, then who would excite you? Who would get you happy? It's not all about the fan base either. Well, it's about it's about who ends up getting the job done. Like, Eric Musselman won the first decision for Arkansas. You think people aren't excited about Eric Musselman? Yeah. Like, it's not always about the optics and the perception of who the head basketball coach is. And I know there are some skeptics of Juwan Howard. Juwan Howard's in the Elite Eight right now. They have one of the best college basketball teams in the country.
Yeah. He's not leaving Michigan,
Nope. He has an alum, member of the Fab Five. Don't expect him to leave anytime soon.
I know we're going to talk about Texas in a minute. Shaka Smart leaving there to go to Marquette. It seems like Chris Beard's their guy, but maybe I don't know if Chris Beard would have had interest in the Indiana job. He seems like a hot name, and I would be surprised if he's not the next coach at Texas. But that'd have been one if I'm Indiana, back up the Brinks truck, go for him.
Pay the money, yeah. Because Beard, my dad was talking with me about this as a Texas alum, so I'm curious to see if they can keep him in Lubbock or if he makes his way to Austin, Texas. All right, the move you mentioned, Shaka Smart, this was a really weird turn of events because he moved on to Marquette, didn't retire, didn't get fired.
You don't leave. Well, you were told to leave. I mean, this is a leave with your head held high move. He's been obviously, unless he had made a deep tournament run, his agent was told he was. It's got all kinds of handwriting on the wall that you don't leave Texas to go to Marquette unless you know, hey, I'm getting ready to get fired. If not this year, next year. So kind of got out ahead of it and tells me they've got their next coach in mind. They're like, that deal's already worked out or 90% worked out or something. So all the indications from reading the Dallas papers and reading other reporters on Twitter is everybody believes it's Chris Beard from what I can see. You see anything different?
Nope. Until but we know how that goes.
But it hadn't been announced.
Yeah. So just got to wait on that. All right, last headline for you before we take calls and we move on a little more Arkansas basketball. Did get some sad news about Howard Schnellenberger passing away over the weekend. This is probably something that Clay can speak more to than either here or I. But what is in the coaching profession? What is Howard Schnellenberger mean to you?
He built 3 programs from ground up. Went to Louisville, put them on the map. And then took the Oklahoma job, but also took Miami and Florida Atlantic. Now, Miami didn't put them on the map, but rebuilt them. And Florida Atlantic put them on the map. So really, 3 programs he's noted for. And I know he was at Oklahoma, but he took Florida Atlantic from nothing and really Louisville back in the day from nothing and turned them into respectable programs. So that's what I would probably most remember Howard Schnellenberger is if you needed someone to take a program that was elevated in the division or had fallen on hard times or had never found success, he seemed to be the guy that could figure out how to put a winning program together.
We'll talk some Arkansas basketball coming up. Before we do that, I want to take some calls, 877-377-6963. Rod is in I-40, wants to talk Arkansas basketball. Rod, happy Monday, man.
Hey, man, it's great to be a Hog.
Yes, sir.
It's
Go Pig.
going to be an ugly game tonight. Baylor is really capable of making it really ugly for somebody. This could be a low, ugly scoring game we've had all year.
Well, if you do, you let them control the pace, and that's probably not good. Arkansas needs a game in the 70s at least, and probably. I mean, we saw how much of a struggle it was against ORU to win 72-70. So, absolutely, if this game's in the 40s or 50s, which Baylor would love, that doesn't bode well for the Razorbacks.
No, the heart attack Hogs. They're back, Tommy. They are back. Just like remember that used to be the heart attack Hogs when Nolan and we would squeak one out with a 3-pointer at the. That's the way we won the national championship, on a 3-point prayer.
Scotty Thurman.
It's a lot like that, but I'll take it. I'll take them and the baseball team. They were very businesslike, I thought, over at Mississippi State.
The confidence to believe you're never out of it and the will to win goes a long ways, and this team seems to have both. So
we drove their best pitcher out in less than 4 innings. Just broke him down. Christian Franklin didn't help.
Great week. Yeah, great weekend to be a Hog fan, right, Rod?
Anyway, that's all I got, guys.
All right, Rod, enjoy the game tonight. So, just a great weekend. You mentioned the baseball series, and that kind of gets lost in the shuffle. I know everybody pays attention and knows about it, but, that game was on Streaming Plus. I watched – it was kind of fun. I had all the tournament games on. I was at Gaston's over the weekend. We were watching – baseball at the dinner table on the phone, and then yesterday it was on regular SEC network. So, but honestly, I put baseball on kind of the second TV with no sound. Now they were up early in that game and gave up a couple of home runs and a double. Kind of made it a game. It was 6-4 late. Arkansas did what they had to do to win that game. But basketball is front and center right now. Whether it's Arkansas or whether it's these other games right now, I think that's the interest. And then once this is over, then that's where the interest will shift front and center to that. But I think as a state, we're still all in on basketball. There's no question about that.
Yeah, especially tonight. If you haven't heard, 8:57 Central airtime. We'll have pregame coverage beginning with you 8:15 here, ESPN Arkansas. Whether it's ESPN 104.3, ESPN 99.5, ESPN 95.3, and ESPN 96.3.
And I wonder, because we've gotten a few comments on Twitter wondering, because all season long we have streamed the games at hitthatline.com where you could hear the games.
Mm-hmm.
NCAA tournament, we're not allowed to do that. That's not our choice. It's not the University of Arkansas's choice. It's not the SEC choice. This is a regulation by the NCAA and Westwood One. So,
who should they direct their complaints to? Mark Emmert?
I guess. It's just they've sold the rights to that, and Westwood One has paid a lot of money to air the games, and they want you to listen to their stuff. If I paid the money they paid, I don't blame them. So that's the reasoning behind our inability to stream the games during the NCAA tournament. It's not because we forgot.
Yeah, we
wish we could, but we can't.
Yeah, it's kind of exactly how Tommy just labeled it. There was a cool column written in the Indianapolis Star. I don't remember if it was by Greg Doyle or one of their other columnists, but it was talking about the Razorback fans that have not ravaged the city of Indianapolis, but definitely made their appearance known thoroughly. And whether it was Saturday night's win over Oral Roberts, calling the Hogs in the lobby, there was an excellent scene. If you haven't seen it, it's on our rundown this morning. Hunter Yurchek is in the middle of Hog fans, and he's got Eric Musselman on speakerphones. And I think one of the things that, Tommy, people appreciate about Hunter Yurchek is he's not just some run-of-the-mill AD that's concerned about the money and making sure the donors are happy. He cares about that, but he also cares about just winning. Like you can tell he is a very competitive athletic director. And as an Arkansas fan, I would think that you all thoroughly appreciate someone that not only wants to have a healthy bottom line, but also wants to win at the end of the day.
His background's basketball, right? That's where he played as an athlete was basketball. But the first thing he did was embrace Dave Van Horn and build a relationship between the AD's office and the head baseball coach, which was not the greatest in the world under Jeff Long, and got the building that is near completion out in right field done. So he understands what it takes to win, the resources. But basketball, I think, is near and dear to his heart because that's what he understands. Mm-hmm. He attends a lot of practices. He is very plugged in. I think, from all outside looking in at appearances, him and Hunter Yurchek seem to have a great working relationship. There's not a lot of a friction there between AD and coach, between boss and employee, so to speak. It seems to be a great partnership between those two.
And there's different levels of support. I'm assuming that many of you have bosses they're just expect out of you. They kind of stay hands off. And it's not like Hunter Yurachek is up in Eric Musselman's business on day-to-day activities and practice, but the support aspect that you're talking about, where it started with the baseball program, it's always going to be there for football because that's where the moneymaker is. And Hunter Yurachek seems to have a healthy relationship with all three of the main head coaches, and then plus Mike Neighbors as well. And I think that's important for the continuity of Arkansas athletics, that there's a tie that binds that you didn't necessarily have with Jeff Law. And sure, the money was great, and sure there was business decisions that he made that definitely paid off for the University of Arkansas and the Arkansas athletics department, but it has to be a combination, and I think you're seeing that within Hunter Yurachek. And Tommy, we were sitting next to him at Shapiro's Deli, which is a really cool deli here in town, and I'm sitting here just kind of thinking to myself, we keep talking about Eric Musselman got to get paid. We keep talking about that there's certain like parts of spring sports that are just going through the roof right now. I mean, if I'm an Arkansas fan, I'd be worried that there might be a person or two that are coming after Hunter. Like, you got to make sure that everyone wants to retain Muss, and I get that. Like, you don't want him going to Texas or anywhere else. And I know there's been some school positions that have been filled, but you don't want to forget about the athletic director that's made some really good moves to this point, some good hires, and has seemed to touch gold wherever he's gone at the University of Arkansas.
No, that's a good point. Right now, the one hire he's made that's paying off is Eric Musselman. We don't know yet with Sam Pittman, but what do you hire an AD to do? You can say, well, to build buildings and raise funds, and hey, that's all secondary. The thing you hire a AD to do is hire a football coach first and a men's basketball coach second. That's the number one jobs of an athletic director. Yep. Because that's when the pressure's on, that's when all eyes are on you, and you have to perform. And, so far, basketball, A++. I mean, you done great there. We don't know yet with football. We think Sam Pittman and this staff, it's going to pan out. We don't know. So at the end of the day, that's what presidents, chancellors, boosters that have their hand in making these decisions are going to look at. What's your ability to hire top-level and identify top-level talent maybe before they become that? That seems to be exactly what he did with Eric Musselman.
Yeah, and it's cool because you've got some guys that have really, not just with Mutz. I mean, Dave's been a part of this fan base for quite some time. He played here, and he's never, knock on wood, he's never going to leave here. And then you look at Sam Pittman, who didn't go and attend the University of Arkansas but grew up an Arkansas fan. And then you have Eric Musselman, who some would consider an outsider, but not anymore because he, Mrs. Danielle, and his whole family have bought into every bit of this Razorback fandom and this fan base. And Arkansas fans treat him like a father, a brother, a son, whatever family member you want to label Muss, you're more than welcome to do that. But it has been a great ride up here so far in downtown Indianapolis, Tom.
It's been a fun NCAA tournament. I would think next year a fun thing to do would be to rent the Game Day Lodge for those first 4 days of the NCAA tournament. Get your buddies together, 10 bedrooms, 19 beds, 28 guests can stay. It's probably going to line up with spring break perhaps for you. 9 bathrooms, which is important when you get a bunch of guys in the house. 17 TVs, pool table, poker table, indoor pool, bago and outdoor basketball court, a sauna, a hot tub, 5-minute walk to the lake, 10-minute ride to Silver Dollar City. We're going to be there next Sunday night and Monday night doing Monday and Tuesday shows around the national championship game, and cannot wait. Hey, search it out. Go to reservations at lakelodges.rent. Or just search them out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and search for Game Day Lodge. You can also find them on Airbnb and VRBO. It's the Game Day Lodge at Table Rock Lake.
Thank you for calling Navy Federal Credit Union. How can I help you?
Hi. If I'm in the Army, not in the Navy, am I still eligible for membership?
Yes, you are.
What about my sister in the Air Force?
Her too.
And my dad's a Marine.
We serve all branches of the military, veterans, and their families.
My dog is a retired military working dog.
I'll see what I can do.
Find out if you're eligible at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Hello, you've reached Toyota. This is Jan. How can I help?
Hi, Jan. Is now a good time to save on a new Toyota?
It sure is. With great deals now through March 31st, you can ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Great. I've really been getting into podcasts lately for those long drives.
Oh, yeah? Which ones?
Mysteries, mostly.
Well, imagine yourself cruising in a Camry, listening to that one where a priceless painting went missing and the whole town was a suspect. Or go camping in a RAV4 while listening to that one where a shocking crime turned their sleepy seaside community on its head. Or off-roading in a Tacoma while you listen to the one where a big city detective relocates to the country, only to find that trouble has followed him.
You know what? With so many good places to go, maybe I'll listen to them all.
Spoiler alert, it was the butler.
Toyota, let's go places. Get $1,250 customer cash, or qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2021 Camry. At participating dealers only. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and end 3/31/21.
Headquartered here in Arkansas, designed in Switzerland, and field tested by customers all over the world, Canis Tactical Hunting Gear will allow you to hunt longer, farther, and in more comfort than ever before. Our Alpha Camo pattern was designed with versatility in mind. Whether you are hunting early or late season whitetails, chasing greenheads in the timber, our layering system will keep you warm and dry no matter how extreme the conditions. Visit us at canisathlete.com and use the code ARKANSAS to receive 15% off your first order. Canis Athlete, be the wolf.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources, and I want to help you get a great deal on a great car. So I'm making it easy with prices up to $3,113 below retail on the best selection of Rath Road Ready vehicles we've had in months. These are late model, low mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs that have been handpicked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. You just can't buy a better pre-owned vehicle. And right now you can save with prices up to $3,113 below retail. If you're waiting on your tax refund, my TaxMax program can help with that by getting you access to your money now. Worried about your credit? Don't be. My For the People credit approval process can get you approved and driving your nicer, newer car today. If you're not in the market right now, let us take care of the car you have in our Meineke Car Care Center, the home of half-off brakes and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. Don't wait. Get the nicer, newer car you want today and save up to $3,113 at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Tired of constant computer issues at work? And who knows what the real problem is? Is it the router? No, it's the hardware. Wait, they said it was the software. Call Hashtag Managed IT Services. Their multifaceted approach to IT support guarantees that everything is working at optimum performance. And Hashtag prevents the small problems from becoming big issues. Hashtag Managed IT Services in Van Buren. 479-802-4978. That's 479-802-4978. Hashtag Technology without the headache.
Hey, grounds guys.
Hey, what?
I've got one guy that mows my yard, another guy that sprays for weeds, another group that does my landscaping, and I'm probably forgetting someone that does something else. Wouldn't it be easier to just call one place for all my yard work?
You betcha. When it comes to yard work, just call the grounds guys. Mowing, maintenance, weed control, landscaping. We do it all. Call 479-303-GUYS. That's 303-GUYS. Or visit groundsguys.com in Northwest Arkansas and the Fort Smith area. The Grounds Guys. Leave the yard work to us.
Spring is here, and Jelco Outdoors has all the great gear for getting outside and enjoying the great outdoors. Hiking shoes and boots by Danner, Keene, and Solomon. All your fishing gear for crappie, bass, and catfish. Fishing kayaks, clothing, footwear, and more. Check out the great selection at Jelco. Turkey hunters, Jelco has all the calls and gear to help you bag that big tom this spring. Get out and enjoy spring. Get to Jelco Outdoors for all your spring gear. 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. River City Bistro is Fort Smith's favorite place for lunch, dinner, and brunch. Open 7 days a week, both on the heated patio and the cozy dining room. River City Bistro is locally owned and open weekdays 11 to 8, Saturdays 10 to 8, and Sundays 10 to 3. Want River City Bistro curbside to go? Just search on Facebook or Instagram for River City Bistro or go to rcbistro.com. River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center.
It's Truck Month at Randall Ford. Hello, Jeremy Tissington, General Sales Manager here at Randall Ford. The Ford F-150 has been the #1 truck in America 44 years and counting. Check out the all-new F-150, completely redesigned for 2021. You will not be disappointed. Right now, we have a great selection of 2020 models to choose from as well. We have 0% financing available and $1,500 in rebates. It's a great time to choose the F-150 and Randall Ford. Stop by today. Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue, or at randallford.com, America's #1 selling brand.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
A nice sunny start to our week. Our high this afternoon will be into the upper 60s, mainly clear sky tonight, 45. Could start to see some showers and thunderstorms increasing later Tuesday. A better chance Tuesday night into Wednesday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Put down the bug spray and pick up the phone before you head outside this summer. Call Mosquito Joe to keep your yard mosquito-free. Call 479-202-9960 or visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
You're listening to The Morning Rush live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Throws it into Asmus. 2 seconds. 1 second. Asmus at the horn for three. No good! No good! Arkansas wins. The Hogs are still dancing to the Elite Eight for the first time since 1995.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
You're causing a major disturbance on my time.
If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from
Hit that line.
.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one Razorback. Number one.
This is The Morning Rush.
Borderline erotic.
With Ty Richardson.
Sunshine. That's cool. I can dig it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy? What's wrong?
Lloyd!
The Morning Rush starts right now.
It's hour number 2 of the Morning Rush on a Hot Take Monday. It's brought to you by Wheels RV. We have a lot to discuss here in hour number 2, whether it's Arkansas basketball taking on Baylor, recapping the win over Oral Roberts. Tom Murphy set to join us at 7:20. Got some headlines to get into as well. We also have a very special caller on hold, and we'll let him in just a sec, Tommy.
All right, it is a Hot Take Monday, so get those calls and texts, as Ty was saying in here. It's brought to you by Wheels RV, all the best brands and a lifetime warranty, plus they have on-site RV storage, mobile service shuttle, everything to make owning an RV easier than ever right now at Wheels RV. 5 miles west of Exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Grand Design, Forest River, Vibe, Alliance, KZ, Sportsman. They have them all at Wheels RV. 5 miles west of Exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Jeremiah texting our VotalLaw.com live stream, Tommy. He says, Ty, I hope you enjoyed your hair for one more day because tonight is the night. Blue Big Suey, go Hogs. It could be. It could happen. We'll see. And I would, again, sacrifice this hair in order to get a Hogs win. I know this guy who's called in this morning would sacrifice a lot to see the Hogs make it to the Final Four for the first time since 1995. Got a couple texts from him this weekend. It's Mr. Eddie in Clarksville. Eddie, what are you thinking about the Hogs' chances against the Baylor Bears tonight?
Well, sir, I think we're going to win tonight because I think this team, this basketball team, and our professor of defense, it's got a little mojo about them. I'm listening to the experts, and according to the experts of all us, ESPN, you name it, we shouldn't be in the game. But come tonight, we're bringing that mojo to the court, and when that final buzzer sounds, I think we're going to be winners. And how do we win with our mojo? Well, we own the boards. We hit the offensive boards. And 2, we're tough. We play tough-nosed defense. And number 3, here's another mojo. How important is knocking down your free throw? I mean, we're tough as nails at the line. And if we bring this mojo, the ingredients, I call Hog Delight, to the court tonight, and we knock down a little bit better shooting from the outside with our three-point shooting, we're going to be winners. And that's our ticket to the Final Four. How great is that? But when you look at Devo Davis, moments in time, how important is moments in time? And now this fan base today is living it. What Eddie from Clarksville means by moments in time. As I said before, last couple of weeks, this is what our program is. I was in Pine Bluff Convention Center when Charles Valentine hit the shot to beat Michael Jordan in the Tar Heels. This is who we've always been. Scotty Thurman, buzzer beater, to beat Duke for the national championship. And tonight, who will hit the shot? I
believe it's going down to the wire. I hope it's Devo Davis. And by the way, when you look at Devo, he reminds me decades back of Sidney Moncrief. Thank you for taking my call, and I hope this is your moments in time tonight. Call the Hogs, because we're going to be winners. Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, Devo Davis was spectacular in this past game against Oral Roberts on Saturday night. Not only did he guard the Golden Eagles' best player and did his best, that's a tough task, but Tommy, he also hit the biggest shot of his career, and he was grinning ear to ear after the game. And Muss, I don't know if you saw that sound clip, but Muss said that Devo's been wearing sunglasses around everywhere, inside, at night. He's certainly taking to the shot that he hit on Saturday night that sent the Hogs to the Elite Eight.
And the March is where legends are made. I mean, it's the moment in time that we all remember. And we brought up earlier Scotty Thurman's shot in the national championship game. I know Saturday night was not a championship game, but you can't get there without shots like that. So these are the moments that we remember forever and remember where we were sitting, who we were with, and all of the details are so vivid decades later. So that Devo Davis shot will be one that we will remember for years to come. We'll tell our kids about it. You know,
I think a lot of you will also remember Chuck's call, which we have for you here, and we'll go and play it right now. Here was Chuck's final call of the Arkansas ending against Oral Roberts on Saturday night.
Throws it into Asmus. 2 seconds. 1 second. Asmus at the horn for three. No good! No good! Arkansas wins. The Hogs are still dancing to the Elite Eight for the first time since 1995.
That was the longest 3.1 seconds ever. I mean, and I thought it was in. I mean, I thought Cinderella's slipper was going to fit one more time.
Yeah. You saw the angle where I posted the video on our social media at Hit That Line and at Hit That Line AR on Twitter. We had a pretty good vantage point, and from my angle, it looked like it was dropping, and that would have been a tough pill to swallow. And Muss talked about it after the game. So when Loyola Chicago and Nevada matched up in the Elite Eight, Loyola is up on the Wolfpack by 1, and Marcus Towns pump fakes and hits a corner 3. I don't remember if it was in front of Caleb or Cody, but that put him up 4 and sealed the game. And Muss talked about it was almost in the same spot where Asmus took that final shot, and luckily it didn't fall like the one a couple years prior against Nevada. Just a great basketball game. And give Oral Roberts credit, Tommy, because they played their guts out, they played their hearts out. But you know what? It ended up being one of the differences? The early technical foul that cost them 2 free throws.
I didn't understand what he was so. I mean, I don't know if he's trying to set a tone. I don't know if he's trying to say, "Hey, I know we're Oral Roberts and they're Arkansas, but we're not going to take." I don't know what the intent was to get a technical foul 3 minutes and 50 seconds into the game. But if you're just watching on TV, you could clearly say, well, he was way out of bounds and across the line in the way he was behaving in his bench decorum. So that was an easy call. Now, it was to the point where he was towing the line on the second one. And nobody wants to eject a coach 4 minutes into a ball game in the first half of a Sweet 16 game, but he was towing that line, I thought, for a little while. Just he didn't calm down. I don't know if he was just overhyped or if he was trying to say, hey, I know we're the little guy, but and they're the Power 5 SEC team. I don't know what that was all about, but he didn't like the hook call. There was a couple calls early that, when you watch the replay, you saw exactly what was there, and then he just went crazy there for a second.
I was thinking, so they called an offensive foul on Oral Roberts. In the previous possession, It looked like Justin Smith got away with an offensive foul, and that's what he was so irritated and antagonized over, is the fact that it looked like there was an.
But I have a hard time saying that was the difference in I know you can look and say, well, that you had the 2 free throws there. I have a hard time saying 3 minutes into the ball game something that happened there was the difference in the end.
And that's true. it's a 2-point ball game. That's where it's at. That wasn't the singular difference. Arkansas thoroughly dominated the class, including Justin Smith, who had 14 rebounds. I think he had either 7 or 9 offensive. So pretty impressive for Justin in his performance.
But I get what you're saying. But in fairness, Oral Roberts led by 12 with 15 minutes to go in the second half. So, hey, we're brought to you by World of Wireless. If your TV has not lived up to Elite 8 expectations this weekend, it's time to call wow now. I was talking with someone over the weekend whose cable bill was nearly $200 a month for like 5 TVs in the house. They were out of contract, and it just keeps going up. Hey, it's time to make the move to World of Wireless, 877-305-DISH. 3 TVs in the house, whole home DVR, HD in every room, less than $80 a month. So enjoy all the games while recording all your favorite shows and also streaming over 80,000 movie titles and shows available as well. 877-305-DISH. And the best part, Ty, you get a 2-year price guarantee right now with Dish and World of Wireless.
Coming up, Tom Murphy's going to join us on the other side. Stay with us. It's Hot Take Monday on the Morning Rush.
Hot Take Monday is brought to you by Wheels RV, Highway 412 in Springdale, and online at wheelsrv.net.
Eagle's Nest is coming in hot. Burton Pools and Spas has the perfect solution for buying a pool without breaking the bank. Enjoy quality family time this summer while keeping cool when the temperatures get hot with a semi-in-ground pool. 15-foot pools start at just $99.97 at Burton Pools and Spas. Enjoy your semi-in-ground pool this year from Burton.
A dandy white perch, big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
This song might make you feel cool, but it perfectly describes a fool. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road and gonna ride till I can't no more, and can't nobody tell me nothing. This path will only lead you to God's wrath, because the Bible says the wicked refuse discipline and treat his words like trash. What good is a nice beat when you're headed down the wrong street? I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Think about it.
Car wrecks involving big rigs can be very complex, so the sooner you get me involved, the better. This is why you need to have my number in your phone, because this could be you. I'm Phil Votaw. You never met a lawyer like me.
I want to tell you what my friends Jason and Sarah Everett have to offer you at the Game Day Lodge. A pool table, the poker table, bago, arcades, private basketball court. There's an outdoor pool and also a heated indoor pool open year-round, just a few steps away from Game Day Lodge. Game Day Lodge is just a 5-minute drive to Moonshine Beach on Table Rock and just a 5-minute walk down to Table Rock Lake. 10 minutes from Silver Dollar City. This lodge has 10 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, 2 laundry rooms, 2 full fully equipped kitchens, and 17 televisions, plus an outdoor fire pit when it gets chilly outside. Game Day Lodge features some of your favorite teams, including Arkansas, Dallas, and Kansas City. Just search Game Day Lodge on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can make a reservation by just emailing them. reservations@lakelodges.rent or check them out on Airbnb and Vrbo. Game Day Lodge is your #1 destination for family weekends, golf trips, Arkansas away games, corporate retreats, and so much more. Game Day Lodge in Branson. You'll never want to leave.
Filtration System, 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge, defining nightlife in downtown Fort Smith. Doors open at 4 Tuesday through Saturday.
They say, trust the process. But if enjoyment isn't part of that process, don't trust the process. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
A hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor?
Yep.
Can I try one?
Yep.
That tastes great.
Told ya. Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beers. Beer in Texas. St. Louis, Missouri.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Devontae at the foul line goes down the lane. A little running hook shot from Davis. There's a confident freshman.
Watch the Morning Rush on the VotahLaw.com live stream. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Phil Votah and Associates. You've never met a lawyer like Phil.
We're on the road to the Final Four, and initially we started kind of saying that, and now you have an opportunity. We're on the brink, and that is courtesy thanks to our friends at Forsgren Incorporated, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, and Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley. It is a nice day here in downtown Indianapolis. I'll tell you what, Tommy, Saturday was nice. It was like 70, 60, and not been a bad week. A little chillier now, but at least it hasn't been pouring down rain, which we can always appreciate up here.
I guess it depended on where you were at in our state with the weather over the weekend. I spent some time at Gaston, spent all my weekend at Gaston's, and the weather Saturday in particular was gorgeous. I know some were dodging storms and tornadoes and, almost like springtime weather already setting in. But hopefully the weather doesn't matter tonight. We're all just happy to be Hog fans come about 11 o'clock or so tonight. All right, we'll get to Danny's call, then Tom Murphy coming up. It's all brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith. They had the perfect solution for getting a pool in your backyard this summer without breaking the bank. 15-foot semi-in-ground pools start at $99.97. You'll find those at Burton Pools and Spas, both locations. And, you've always dreamed of that backyard. Maybe you're not vacationing this summer. You'll put those plans off. Your stimulus check has come in, your tax return, and your stimulus. Hey, why not put a pool in the backyard this summer from Burton's, and it starts at less than $10,000. This isn't an above-ground pool. This is a semi-in-ground pool. Go online, see what I'm talking about, burtonpools.com. And, again, stop in at 6121 Zero Street in Fort Smith, just off I-49 at the 412 exit in Springdale. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
Let's go to the land of the Cyclones. Welcome in Danny in Russville. Danny, you're on the Morning Rush, buddy. Go ahead.
Lucky you, Ty. You get to watch the games. We've played 3 games, what I would call not our best, maybe a little sloppy, shoot 37% and still find a way to win. That's gritty. We're a gritty team. When we decide to get in somebody's face, the game changes. Last night, Alabama lost the game at the free throw line. From here on out, we cannot do that. We've got to make our free throws. We've got to shoot better. 37% won't get it against a team like Baylor. And what a day for the Razorbacks. the baseball team sweeps at Mississippi State. The softball team, they've won 18, 19 in a row. They're undefeated in conference. It's just a wonderful time to be a Razorback, guys. And only thing I wish the game was earlier, but it don't matter what time it is. I'm going to be there. Thanks for taking my call, guys.
Yeah, I'll got to plan
Thanks,
a nap
Danny.
today or something. I don't know. So, it's got to be planned out.
I rarely nap, Tommy,
Yeah,
because
me
it
too.
throws off my sleep schedule. But with the 10-hour drive ahead of me tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the thing for you. Yeah, you got to do the game tonight, post game, show in the morning, and you don't have a co-captain with you, do you?
Nope, not this time, because
man.
my the buddies that I came up here with, who actually, it was funny, they play golf with Chris Dooley. They had left on. They were so mad because they tried to get off work every way imaginable, as I know other Arkansas fans did, but they had to go back. So, but we had a solid weekend, and hopefully it continues tonight with the win against the Baylor Bears. And we will continue on that conversation with our guy Tom Murphy. By the way, David Smoke of Sikkim 365 is going to be joining us at 8 o'clock to get more in depth on what the Baylor Bears are providing. But Tom, let's go back first to the Oral Roberts game. And Arkansas slowly but surely clawed away in the second half. They still haven't shot that well. Tom, what do you think the pivotal moment in that basketball game was to give Arkansas the victory? And don't give the just cliche Devo shot. What stood out to you in that game?
I guess it was just a kind of a slow comeback, right? It wasn't all done at once, but when Oral U did not shoot as well to start the second half, I think that was the key. It was kind of like UCLA last night, but Alabama couldn't capitalize. But Arkansas did, and Arkansas's got to find a way to get games into more of a free flow. And it's going to be a little tougher against Baylor, which shoots the ball really well. But Arkansas's half-court sets were not electric. They were not. There was a lot of, to me, forced stuff, a lot of one-on-one. I thought Moses Moody played more individual basketball than he's done in a while. Wound up 4 of 20. When they were making their comeback, J.D. Notte came in there, and I don't know what kind of thing he did down on the left baseline that I think it hit off the side of the backboard, and I don't think he played a whole lot after that. So they've got to find a way to help create more for each other when they're in their man sets in the half court, because that was not pretty. And this is going to be just a tough assignment against Baylor tonight.
Yeah, you mentioned Moses Moody's struggles not just this last game, but just hasn't shot the ball well for the NCAA tournament. Tommy always goes back to one phrase: he's due or they're due. I mean, when you look at the guards that, and I know Moses is more of a wing, but he, like Davion Mitchell and Maceo Teague and Jared Butler, I mean, this is a tough matchup for Arkansas's guards tonight. How big of a factor is it that Moses Moody has a big-time outing against the Baylor Bears tonight?
It's almost essential that he has to play better to start with, but they've got to make shots. I mean, they shot 1 of 8, was it, from three-point range? It was almost as if it wasn't really part of their deal. And I know it's not the be-all, end-all, and when a team like Bama doesn't do it well from three-point range, they're susceptible. Although it was their free throw shooting they choked on last night. But they've got to be, I think three-point shot has got to be part of their arsenal. It's a way to make up deficits sometimes. It's a way to push ahead. And in games where they've shot it well, they've done some real damage to folks. I think they've got to be better across the board, and I do believe that they're due a better performance. It's just that Baylor, when you look at them, they're the best three-point shooting team in the country, 40.8%, best in the country. Their overall field goal is 17th in the country, and their top 7 scorers all shoot 45.5% or better, and 6 of the 7 are at 47% or better. And Arkansas is not close to that. Yeah. So I think Baylor can get you a lot of different ways. They can get you with pressure defense. They can get you with three-point shooting. They're athletic. They fell behind Wisconsin early and then just kind of ran past them. They present a lot of challenges. And Davion Mitchell, 6'2" guard,
shooting 52%. You don't see that very often.
Morning Rush live from Indianapolis this morning, getting ready for the Elite Eight tonight. Tom Murphy on the phone with us. Tom, Jalen Tate has been such a I don't know if surprise hero is the right word, but he has been. You don't win without him. You're not playing tonight without Jalen Tate. What do you think the key to his rise offensively has been over the last few ball games?
It was as much necessity as anything. I mean, there was a matchup when Max Asma was on him. They had to take advantage of that, and they were struggling in their half-court sets, as I mentioned, and they felt like that was a go-to matchup. And he did a great job getting down on the blocks, getting into the paint, and getting guys up in the air and hitting some short shots in that stretch where they really needed it, where it was a tie game and they'd go up 2. And then, of course, his last one was the one that put him up by 1. And then on the last play, he draws the help because that's what they've been doing for multiple possessions in a row since about the 5-minute mark, and is able to hit Davis without anybody right in his face for, a pretty much uncontested 8-footer to win the game. But Tate was huge, and I just think it was I had been worried that they weren't going to Moody enough down the stretch in certain games. But in this game, they had to go to Tate because Moody was having an off night.
Yeah. Points in the paint have been huge for Arkansas. We've seen these games without Connor Vanover playing the last 2 ball games. Really hadn't played much in the tournament at all. Is there a role for him, the 7-3 post for Arkansas, or is this game going to be at a pace that he doesn't factor in the game plan again?
Well, my thought would be more the latter.
Mm-hmm.
But if he can hit a couple of threes for you, he's pulling out the defense. He's making better driving lanes. I think it's just the defensive side of it that, sometimes he gives some blow-bys. Sometimes he's not as quick off his feet on backside rebounding and things like that. So that's a tough call. And, hey, it was a little surprising Jalen Williams did not play a whole lot in the ORU game. So that's the good thing about the Razorback roster. They can be very adaptable. But it was good to see Desi Sills come off the bench and give them a little something the other night. I think between Desi, Connor Vanover, maybe even Vance Jackson, who hasn't played in the tournament, they need a little something, some kind of spark off the bench to have a shot.
We're talking with Tom Murphy live from Indianapolis, Indiana, here on the Morning Rush. Tom, when you think about this basketball team, you think about what Eric Musselman has been able to create. I've heard it's hard for me to necessarily just feel what it was like in the 94 and 95 and really just the 90s, and if you want to go back to 80s, because I wasn't alive. What are you getting the sense from this fan base about how they're feeling? Do you sense anything, and I know you weren't covering the team then, but do you sense any similarities between what's going on right now this season and what was happening for Arkansas basketball in the 90s?
Well, I mean, absolutely. They've lit a fire under the fan base that has lived with, basically mediocre basketball for the last 25 years. Mm-hmm. And not that this was completely unexpected, but to win close games like this, I think Arkansas fans in a way have been conditioned to, tight games, pressure games in the postseason. They did not have a good record in recent years, and for them to win shooting so badly as the way they did against Oral Roberts, that there's something special about the team. And because of social media, there's a lot more, takes out there, so to speak. And, Arkansas fans, with the football run that they've been on, this has just been, a godsend that basketball and baseball at the same time are just, kicking butt and having big performances in clutch situations.
Yeah. When you look at the success that's having this year, how do you bottle that? How do you sustain this? Is it as simple as keeping Eric Musselman as your head coach? How does this program not go back to the mediocre basketball for the last quarter century that we've lived through?
I feel like they're going to continue to recruit at the level that they are, and it's about putting the pieces together. And that's what I think this coaching staff has done so masterfully, is manage the minutes, manage everyone on the team's expectations and egos and whatever it takes, and to make them buy into the team concept. And, when you've got a guy like Moses Moody, who's your star, who is is the embodiment of playing for the team. I mean, what he said, I want to see the confetti come down. That's what I want to get done in this tournament.
Yeah.
Then that helps you, and they've done a great job of it. And I don't see why they won't continue to master the transfer portal and grad transfers and recruit at a high level, because when they brought in a class with Davis and Moody and Robinson and Williams that was very, very well regarded. I just see that retain Eric Musselman, pay him at the right rate, and watch this thing grow.
All right, let's call a timeout on basketball for just a second. Then I want to come back and talk about some of the keys for tonight's game before we get out of here. But we got to mention baseball, because that can't get lost in all of the conversation this morning. When Arkansas went and played Mississippi State, 1 versus 2, 2 versus 3, depends on what poll you're looking at. We were talking last week, if Arkansas can win at least 1, maybe 2, you feel like you've really done something. Tom, they go and sweep the Mississippi State Bulldogs at Dudy Noble. This is not something that the road team's been able to do in this series as of late. The home team has dominated it, and Arkansas goes in and leaves no doubt this weekend with a series sweep of the Bulldogs.
I predicted a series win for Mississippi State 2-1, and I was wrong. I just think Arkansas's depth in their batting lineup was a big key in this. They hit 9 home runs, 3 each by Matt Goodhart, Christian Franklin, which was huge. I just think their pitching staff out-dueled, and I think Mississippi State went into this number 2 or 3 in the country in their ERA at 2.30, and today it's at 2.97. So they bumped up that team's ERA 0.67 in one weekend, which is not easy to do. They lit up a couple of their second guy, Will Bednar, had no ERA, and I think in about the 5th inning they started lighting them up. They just do a great job of making in-game adjustments, seeing what a pitcher's doing to get them out, and getting ahead of that. And I think the Arkansas bullpen took this as a challenge. And to me, kind of the understated MVPs of the weekend were Peyton Paulette and Kevin Kopps, who gave you long relief on Friday and Saturday. That was extraordinary. And look, Mississippi State's bullpen is really, really good. That kid Sims yesterday, unbelievable. Yeah. But Arkansas went in there and got it done. And there's a little bit more to this team than maybe I thought early on. Guys like Caden Wallace settling in and being quality hitters in the middle of your lineup. And it's been phenomenal to see. Even though guys like Franklin and Moore and a few others don't have great batting averages, Goodhart, I think when the season warms up, it gets warmer, I think those batting averages will climb too. And
I think it should also be pointed out, Arkansas did this in front of basically a full house at Dudy Noble. They opened it all up this weekend. This was a postseason-type atmosphere, and Arkansas didn't wilt a bit.
No, they did not. In fact, they thrived in it. And that big 11-run game on Saturday was something else. Not a lot of fans came back after the big rain delay. And then yesterday the crowd was down some too, because they wanted to see their team go out and stomp what was the number 1 team in the country, and it did not happen. So kudos to Dave Van Horn and them. UCA 9-11 coming up tomorrow night. Hadn't been a great season, but ULR came in here and put 17 on the Razorbacks a couple years ago. So they might be reminded of that going into tomorrow's game.
Tom Murphy with us live from Indianapolis, Indiana, here at the Elite Eight on the Morning Rush. Tom, before we let you go, I want to come back to the game tonight. Baylor, Arkansas, 8:57 Central Time, 8:15 pregame show beginning here on ESPN Arkansas. In order for the Razorbacks to defeat the best team they've played all season, what are Tom's biggest keys to tonight's game?
Got to stay on the boards with them. I mean, if Baylor can win the rebound battle by 6, 8, 10, I just don't think there's a chance. They've got to make them uncomfortable some in their half-court offense. And Arkansas doesn't get enough credit for ranking highly in their defensive efficiency like they do. And I just think that's so imperative. You've got to make them a little uncomfortable and hit the defensive boards, or Baylor has the capacity to put a hurting on you. So that's it for me.
Hardest game Arkansas's played all year? I know the most pressure and the most at stake, but is this the toughest opponent Arkansas's seen all season?
Well, it would rank up there with Alabama in its best flow in that road game when they lost by 31. That was a tough game. But this one on the stage that it's on is big time. It's the number 2 team in the country. And, this is a huge, difficult assignment.
All right.
Tom, we'll recap it on Thursday. We'll talk some Arkansas baseball and a heck of a lot more and some more NCAA tournament stuff. Appreciate your time as always, buddy, and we'll talk then, okay?
Awesome, dude. Y'all see you later.
All right, the Morning Rush. It's a Hot Take Monday. Ties live in Indianapolis. It's all brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of Exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Everything you need from RV storage to lifetime warranties to a mobile service shuttle. The best brands are there as well. Grand Design, Forest River, Vibe, Alliance, KZ, Sportsman. These guys have it all. You can look online at wheelsrv.net. The best prices, the best deals, the best service are at Northwest Arkansas's premier RV dealer. And don't forget that lifetime warranty they have with every brand new unit they sell. It's all at Wheels RV, 5 miles west of Exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
We'll talk some more Arkansas basketball coming up, but I do want to share my interesting day of events yesterday. So, Tommy, we're at a place watching the games yesterday, and I parked my car in front of the window outside of Kilroy's so I can see it. Right now, it's in a no parking zone, but I have it there for a couple hours and nothing happens. So I'm like, okay, this is good.
Time out. So you parked your car in a no parking zone.
Correct.
Okay, carry on.
So, but I can see it, so I'm like, there's no way they can tow it. And we did a little live video yesterday in front of Baker's Life Fieldhouse, and as I'm walking back to my car, I see it on the hooks. I see 2 cops in front of it, and I see the tow man. And so I did my darndest to try and talk to the police officer. Hey, sir, I was just doing a live shot. And he said this thing's been here for a while, which it had. Wasn't going to lie about that. And I was told that.
What live shot were you doing? Was this
in front of Baker's Life Fieldhouse?
Live shot for who or what?
Us.
We were doing during the pregame show?
No, just yesterday. You wanted us to do a video.
Oh, okay,
yesterday.
Okay, gotcha.
So
okay, this was yesterday. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just making sure I'm getting all my facts together here.
Yeah, yesterday.
Right.
And
right. So I'm sure I'm going to be asked to pay for this at some point.
Yeah, you will. And it's not just the towing fee, but the ticket.
Right.
That the police, the Indianapolis police cited me, and I'm trying to talk to this cop. Now I was told someone needs to tell me if this is right or not. If you jump in while your car's being towed, they can't tow it because it's kidnapping, right? Isn't that a thing?
Is that urban myth or is that fact? I don't know that. I've never had my car towed because I don't park in no parking zones, but I don't know.
This is the first time my car's ever been towed, but I didn't want to get a fleeing from the police when I'm talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
If the cop wasn't there, I would have jumped in. But, by the way, our friend Zach over at Clean Cooking, who's a former police officer, said that's 100% false. I'm glad I didn't do that yesterday.
It sounds like a free ride to the towing yard to me, but I don't know.
Or the county jail, which could have easily. The cops were really cool with me and everything. Apparently my tags are expired too, so I got to figure that out when I get back to Arkansas. But I was just so angry at myself because I had the perfect plan, even though it was in a no parking zone. Here's my thought. I was trying to save the station money and not pay $30 to park because it is so expensive in downtown Indianapolis. Right. So I was thinking, okay, I can watch this and not have to worry about expensing this parking.
So if you were watching it, how did they actually get to your car and then ultimately tow it if you were watching it? That's what I don't understand.
Here's because I'm sitting there in front of this window, and in the 10 to 15 minutes that I do that live video in front of Baker's Life Fieldhouse, when I come back, that's when the hooks.
So you weren't really watching it then. It wasn't in your line of sight the whole time.
In that particular moment, in that particular area, no, because I was working. That's what's frustrating about this. So we'll settle it out. I'll make sure I'll hand you the tickets when we get back.
I'll pay them for you. No worries.
We can get
Just
those
give them to me. I'll pay them.
I'm trying to save the station money by not paying $30
sounds like you did a hell of a job
downtown.
there. Yeah, heck of a job there.
Oh, yeah. Not to mention the Airbnb that I originally booked last night. Didn't have it. The internet didn't work, so I had to frantically find another Airbnb and figure that out. And luckily, we're here with you this morning live from downtown Indianapolis, thanks to Forest Green Incorporated, thanks to Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, and Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley. Just another run-of-the-mill day for
what I deal with,
Richardson.
folks. See what I deal with. Hey, I'm glad I got away and relaxed this weekend for a little while and called the Hogs and had some fun at Gaston's White River Resort. It was a awesome time to end spring break. We didn't get to go out of town or go anywhere with everything going on in the basketball team. We were excited to be here and took my son Dylan. Had a little father-son fishing trip with a great friend of ours and his son, and it was just an awesome time at Gaston's, a memory-filled weekend. And, hey, if you're looking for a place to take your kids or take some relatives and some loved ones to build those memories and have those experiences, Gaston's is the place. I'll tell you more about it throughout the week, but I'm just telling you, plan that summer getaway, plan that spring getaway, and do it now at Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
Hot Take Monday is brought to you by Wheels RV, Highway 412 in Springdale, and online at wheelsrv.net.
Hey, it was BYOG, bring your own guts.
RV show pricing is arriving early at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV wants to invite you to skip the lines and the crowds this year and shop the industry's best brands at Northwest Arkansas's premier RV dealer. And with a lifetime warranty, RV storage, and a mobile service shuttle, owning a new RV has never been easier. RV show pricing beginning now at Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hello, you've reached Toyota. This is Jan. How can I help?
Hi, Jan. Is now a good time to save on a new Toyota?
It sure is. With great deals now through March 31st, you can ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Great. I've really been getting into podcasts lately for those long drives.
Oh, yeah? Which ones?
Mysteries, mostly.
Well, imagine yourself cruising in a Camry, listening to that one where a priceless painting went missing and the whole town was a suspect. Or go camping in a RAV4 while listening to that one where a shocking crime turned their sleepy seaside community on its head. Or off-roading in a Tacoma, while you listen to the one where a big city detective relocates to the country, only to find that trouble has followed him.
You know what? With so many good places to go, maybe I'll listen to them all.
Spoiler alert, it was the butler.
Toyota, let's go places. Get $1,250 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a 2021 RAV4 LE for $249 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. At participating dealers only. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and end 3/31/21.
On the road to the Final Four with the Hogs is presented by Forest Green Incorporated, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, and Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley.
Individual awards and all that, that's all cool, but I'm here for the confetti.
Doe's Eat Place, serving award-winning steaks, has now added lobster tail and salmon to the menu. You can also enjoy delicious appetizers along with your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Doe's Eat Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Call 784-9111. That's 784-9111. Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Have you been looking for your next place to call home and just haven't found the right one? Then it's time to check out the properties at Trinity Multifamily. With a variety of apartments, duplexes, townhomes, and houses, there is surely one to fit your needs. Whether it's in the River Valley, Northwest Arkansas, or Central Arkansas that you are looking at, they have you covered. Give them a call today. Trinity Multifamily, 479-452-1817. That's 479-452-1817. Or online at trinitymultifamily.com to search rental properties near you.
Chamberlain Country Club is one of Arkansas's most beautiful and challenging golf courses, nestled in the shadow of Mount Magazine near Danville. Chamberlain is the perfect place to relax with friends and work on your golf game. Join now during the spring membership drive for only $80 per month plus tax for the first year. You'll enjoy the beautiful course, well-stocked golf shop, and access to the private pool and clubhouse. If you're thinking about playing golf for the first time or you've been playing all your life, Chamberlain is the perfect course for you. Call today at 479-495-4110 to learn how to become a member of Chamberlain Country Club.
How would you like to win a year of gigabit internet free from Wave World Connect? You can. If you're a current Wave World Connect customer, just go online to waveworldconnect.com and share how high-speed internet has changed your life. Your story will then be entered into Connexon's 2021 Internet Grant Program, and you could win a year free. Go to waveworldconnect.com and do a search for Connexon for details. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave World Connect, changing the communities we serve.
California Customs, the area's largest and most experienced truck accessory superstore, has a complete lineup of the best truck accessories around. If you're looking to upgrade your truck, then California Customs has the wheels, tires, suspension, and performance parts for you, including a full line of hitches like the popular B&W Turnover Gooseneck hitch. When you're ready to take your truck to the next level, stop by California Customs at 6408 Highway 71 South in Fort Smith. California Customs, where price, quality, and selection have come together for 23 years.
Looking for a fence company that will provide the personal touch to your fence or gating project? Call Dusty's Fence Company at 479-629-4190. Dusty's Fence Company specializes in custom wood design, vinyl fencing, chain link and ornamental iron projects, and they can even stain your fence to complete your project. Family owned and in business for 20 years, you will deal with the same person from start to finish. That's Dusty's Fence Company, 479-629-4190.
GS Hobby, located at 2003 4th Street in Barling, has over 300 remote control cars in stock with brands like Traxxas, Arma, Axial, Lossy, Team Associated, and ProBoat. GS Hobby has in stock the most popular cars, and they have an 80-mile-per-hour Arma infraction. An indoor turf track is also available for racing events from beginner to pro set, or if you just want to have a little bit of fun. Stop by Monday through Friday 10 to 6 or Saturday 10 to 4, or give them a call at 648-1994. GS Hobby, more fun than you'll ever know.
The biggest selection, the best values, and more for your trade at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. No one beats the selection at Harry Robinson, with over 500 vehicles of all makes and models in stock today. Some as low as 500 miles, many less than 10,000 miles with full factory warranty. Pre-owned trucks, SUVs, and great vehicles of all makes and models are ready now at Harry Robinson. When the other dealers don't have it, Harry does. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
Tate spins at the right elbow, gets Brown in the air, the shot goes, and he's headed to the free throw line. What a nice move by Jalen Tate.
I'm going to try this call-in number.
Call or text the Morning Rush at 877-377-6963.
My first official call-in.
I hope all of you listening to the program will at some point go to our live stream and see the what is that called? The addition. I know what it's actually called, but what the headdress?
What's a hog hat?
I know it's a hog hat, but I was trying to think of something else to.
A hog head? What do you know?
The hog hat works, but like just the addition to Tommy's professional wardrobe. You should walk in clients' offices with that on today.
Oh, I'm wearing this to the sales meeting in an hour and a half. I'm leading the sales meeting with this on today.
You think?
Think I should?
Who lasts first of our team? Who's not able to keep it together when you pop on Zoom?
I don't know.
Is it Jamie? Is it Jim?
Probably Jamie. Yeah.
Okay.
Our sales team. So. Oh. Anyway, I'm gonna wear it during the game tonight. If you're looking for a spot, because you always want to gather with other fans. I'm trying. I think I'm going to watch at the house, but I'm contemplating on going to Joe's Grill tonight because you can be loud, you can be boisterous, you can call the hogs. They're going to be open tonight. So if you were wondering about Joe's and the game and the late start, I just talked to Wade. He has talked to Joe, and here's what Joe has approved for tonight. All right? Yeah, so bar's going to be open till the end of the game. No problem there. Kitchen's going to stay open with half-price apps and taps and all that stuff till like 9:45. So that gets you to halftime, right? So you can load up at the beginning of the game. That's going to get you about to halftime at 9:45. So that's about what it takes to play a half of basketball. So just say halftime. It may not be quite that. But Kitchen open till 9:45. They're going to stay open late, keep the bar open till the game's over. So you can watch the game, be there with all your friends, get there early for the best seats tonight at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Every game, and you can get there early and watch the game before that. So all the games throughout the tournament, all the baseball games, everything you can find at Joe's Grill and Cantina. 3400 South 74th Street. Again, open for the game tonight, even though it's a late start. Going to stay there with the bar open till the end of the game. Kitchen open till 9:45, or it's roughly halftime or so. Joe's Grill and Cantina, South 74th Street, across from Harps.
We heard from Eddie in Clarksville earlier, and we're going to be joined by David Smoke, who is the big-time guy over at Sikkim 365, talking a little more Baylor, what the Bears bring to the table tonight. Eddie, Tommy was talking about earlier, the Heart Attack Hogs. All three of Arkansas's NCAA tournament wins this season, they've been down by double digits. I mean, just run that back. Mm-hmm. Every single win that Arkansas has had this season in the NCAA tournament, all three games, they've been down by double digits. And it got hairy, it got dicey, it got scary for you at times on Saturday night, but they were still able to get it done. So as good of a caliber of team as Baylor is, as the best team that Arkansas has played all season long, even if Arkansas gets down, and they have not shot well to this point in the NCAA tournament, I'm not going to count them out at any point in the game because they've given us every reason not to. They've given you every reason, even though sometimes it looked in peril, that this team can will themselves to win. That starts at the top of their head coach. Heck, it even starts at the top of their athletic director, Hunter Yurachek. It's been unbelievable, Tommy, how this team has just come together. And whether it was Desi Sills stepping up on Saturday night because J.D. Note had a really bad game, they've just found guys, plug and fill, and get it done. And that's all you can ask for as head coach and Eric Musselman. You know,
as you've watched the games, and not just the Arkansas game, there haven't been a ton of fouls called in the last round and this in the Sweet 16 round. I don't think there'll be a ton of fouls called tonight when you see the Elite Eight get underway. I'm looking at the box score from the Villanova-Baylor game. Baylor, from the free throw line, they were 7 of 10 for the game, 6 of 7 in the second half. Not a ton of attempts there. Villanova was 8 of 11. We were talking about Arkansas at the free throw line, 13 of 15. 2 of those was off the technical foul on the Oral Roberts coach. Oral Roberts 10 of 13. Not a lot of fouls called to put you at the line, as Oral Roberts had 15 fouls with a technical called, 17 on Arkansas. My point is, I don't think you can rely on getting to the free throw line and getting FTAs to generate 20 or 25 points in the game tonight. Now, that would be key for Arkansas if you could dribble, penetrate to the lane, get in there, get Baylor in some foul trouble. I'm just saying the way this tournament has been officiated to this point and the way they've more or less let them play and not penalized legal defense on offensive initiated contact, I wouldn't count on that. You're going to have to make shots. You're going to have to make three-pointers. You're going to have to be better from the floor. So I don't think you'll win the game in totality from the free throw line, but it always counts in the last 5 minutes of the game who makes the free throws and who doesn't.
It's like you always say, they're due. They still, and that's what I keep coming back to. Despite you being in the Elite Eight and now some of the best 8 teams in college basketball, you still haven't had a great shooting game, a great overall game.
Nope.
And I know people are worried about this game tonight, and you should be. This Baylor team, as much as my dad's going to rib me later today when I see him about how good they are, he's right. I mean, this is Scott Drew's best team they've ever had in Waco, Texas. Now, that doesn't mean Arkansas can't beat them, because I think there's a realistic opportunity for Arkansas to get to the Final Four tonight, assuming they have one of their better games of the season. But it's going to take a complete effort. And if you want to hop in here on this conversation, it's 877-377-6963. Jalen Tate, Tommy, we heard Tom talk about it earlier. He had one of his best games of the season, and he was so methodical. If you watch the coaching adjustments from Eric Musselman in the second half, the double teaming, the posting up, and I keep forgetting, is it Absmus? Is that how you say his name?
Asmus. The B is silent.
Okay, Asmus. They posted him up virtually every possession, either passed out of it when there was a double team, or they just took him to the hole. Just a brilliant coaching move. And the orchestrator of a lot of those sets was Jalen Tate. He was phenomenal. You need him to come up big against some of Baylor's guards, who are some of the best in the country tonight, Tommy.
Yeah, going to be a challenge. This is the number 2 team in the country, a number 1 overall or number 1 seed, a number 2 overall seed for a reason, and they've been playing well. So I think this will be the most difficult challenge Arkansas's had all year. I think they're better than Alabama, even when Alabama was at their best, and I think this is going to be the most difficult team Arkansas has played to date, maybe in the Musselman era.
Do you want to try and squeeze in a call, or do we want to save it for hour 3?
Well, we got David, don't we, in the hour 3? What time we having him?
He's right at 8 o'clock.
Let's get one real quick. Okay. Mark in Jonesboro. You got
30 seconds,
30
Mark.
seconds, buddy. Sorry.
Hey, Woo Pig from the northeast corner of the state.
There you
Tommy,
go.
I got one question for you as an official. I've noticed that in the NCAA tournament, it's being officiated a little bit different than SEC games in the terms of blocks versus charges. Wanted to get your take as an official to see if you think that has worked either for or against the SEC teams, and with it being called differently. Thanks, guys. Woo Pig, let's go get it.
Yeah, I would disagree from the standpoint that it's been called dramatically different in this tournament. I think there's been a lot of drives to the hole, and There was one that was a no call last night on a pass and crash. But I think when the offensive players initiated the contact, and particularly in the center of the chest, they've called offensive fouls nearly every time. There's been a handful of block calls, but Ty, what I've watched in these games is a lot of offensive initiated contact, and they have rewarded the defender. They have gave the benefit of the doubt to the defender in these games.
Hopefully the officials will reward Arkansas tonight because they're going to need every bit of help they can
Arkansas is a good charge-taking team. I know that.
Yeah. Hour number 3, David Smoke, Sick'em 365 is coming up next.
Sophia and Chris Garcia came to Arvest Bank looking to get a home loan. Let's hear what happens.
Chris and Sophia, thanks for choosing me as your lender in the Arvest Home for Me app. And now...
There's more paperwork to do.
Nope, I got the info you sent through the app. And now...
We wait to hear from someone at your main office.
No, now you're pre-qualified and ready to find your new home.
Wow.
And I'll be with you every step of the way.
That's...
helpful.
Very helpful.
Home loans made easy. Arvest Bank, ready to help. Equal housing lender.
Farm Credit has been a trusted friend for over 100 years. They are ag financing experts. So whether you're a longtime farmer, new to farming, or buying your dream home or land in the country, their experienced staff has a plan to fit your goals, needs, and your bottom line. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com. Farm Credit is an equal opportunity lender.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. Our #1 volume lure out of our 20 fishing brands is the Bobby Garland Baby Shad. We make them by the millions in our facility in Fort Smith, and the Baby Shad is without a doubt the #1 soft plastic crappie lure in the U.S. Fish it on a light jig head or underneath a float, and you'll find it's as productive as live bait. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Bobby Garland Baby Shad.
Tommy Kraft here for The Fence Man, the company you can trust when it comes to building your next fence. The Fence Man recently built new gates for my existing fence. The whole process was easy, quick, and most importantly, affordable. Plus, 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available with The Fence Man. If you need a new fence, gate, or anything that involves a fence, call The Fence Man, 479-782-3936. That's 782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. The biggest selection, the best values, and more for your trade at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. No one beats the selection at Harry Robinson with over 500 vehicles of all makes and models in stock today. Some as low as 500 miles, many less than 10,000 miles with full factory warranty. Pre-owned trucks, SUVs, and great vehicles of all makes and models are ready now at Harry Robinson. When the other dealers don't have it, Harry does. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Whether it's a game day, a holiday, office function, or your family lunch or dinner, Whole Hog Cafe Fort Smith is ready to serve you their award-winning barbecue and sides. Dine in or call either of the Whole Hog Fort Smith locations, Borough Road or Phoenix Avenue, or go online to wholehogfortsmith.com and check out their buddy packs and party packs. Both Whole Hog locations are currently open 11 till 6, Tuesday through Saturday. Experience award-winning barbecue and sides at Whole Hog Cafe today.
Riley Farm Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedures for you and your family. From general dentistry, braces, implants, and cosmetics, Dr. Bo Sparkman and Dr. Brogan give all of their patients better lives with a better smile, more confidence, and a comfortable experience every time. Riley Farm Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A, at the entrance to Riley Farms. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit RileyFarmDental.com.
Stretch your dollars further this spring at your local Yeager's Ace Hardware. Save $13 on 5-gallon fruit trees, on sale now for just $16.97. Fill those flower beds with 40-pound bags of topsoil, just $1.29 a bag. Flower and vegetable seeds are only 25 cents a package. And you've got to see their new Ego battery-powered lawn equipment. Save up to $30 with your Ace Rewards card on select blowers and trimmers. See more deals at YeagersHardware.com. Some restrictions apply.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
The bloodline of any modern business is their computer network, data storage, and supporting hardware. So who takes care of one of the most important aspects of your business? Hashtag Managed IT Services in Van Buren can handle all your networking services like cabling, firewall, routers, and VPNs to hardware and software protection from virus and malware. Hashtag Managed IT Services in Van Buren, 479-802-4978. That's 479-802-4978. Hashtag technology without the headache.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources, and I want to help you get a great deal on a great car. So I'm making it easy with prices up to $3,113 below retail on the best selection of Rath road-ready vehicles we've had in months. These are late-model, low-mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs that have been hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. You just can't buy a better pre-owned vehicle. And right now, you can save with prices up to $3,113 below retail. If you're waiting on your tax refund, my TaxMax program can help with that by getting you access to your money now. Worried about your credit? Don't be. My For the People credit approval process can get you approved and driving your nicer, newer car today. If you're not in the market right now, let us take care of the car you have in our Meineke Car Care Center, the home of half-off brakes and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. Don't wait. Get the nicer, newer car you want today and save up to $3,113 at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
A nice sunny start to our week. Our high this afternoon will be into the upper 60s, mainly clear sky tonight, 45. Could start to see some showers and thunderstorms increasing later Tuesday. A better chance Tuesday night into Wednesday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Mosquito Joe of Arkansas is an Arkansas-owned family business committed to making outside fun again in the natural state. For a mosquito-free yard this summer, call Mosquito Joe at 479-202-9960 or visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
You're listening to The Morning Rush live from the Bushlight Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Fort Smith. This hour of The Morning Rush is brought to you by Farm Credit. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com.
Throws it into Asmus. 2 seconds. 1 second. Asmus at the horn for 3. No good! No good! Arkansas wins. The Hogs are still dancing to the Elite Eight for the first time since 1995.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Bushlight Studios.
You're causing a major disturbance on my time.
If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one razorback. Number one.
This is The Morning Rush.
Borderline erotic.
With Ty Richardson.
Sunshine.
That's cool. I can dig it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy?
What's wrong?
Lloyd!
The Morning Rush starts right now.
It's hour number 3 of The Morning Rush live from Indianapolis. We're going to talk to David Smoke, Sikkim 365, about the Baylor Bears coming up. And it's a Hot Take Monday, Tommy, and it's brought to you by Wheels RV.
It sure is. And Wheels RV is 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. All the top brands plus the best customer service, RV storage on site, a lifetime warranty on every new unit they sell. They even have a mobile service shuttle to take care of you no matter where you're at. So call Wheels RV for your next RV, whether it's a Grand Design, Forest River, Vibe, Alliance, KZ, Sportsman. They have the top brands. And again, the only lifetime warranty dealer in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV.
David, I know you've got a busy weekend this weekend, and I appreciate you making some time for us. I was debating who I was gonna talk to, who we're gonna try and get on, and my dad said one person as a Baylor alum, and it's David Smoke. So we appreciate you making some time for us, buddy.
Hey, anything to keep me off that 30-degree temperature I woke up to this morning. Everything's fine. I appreciate you guys asking me. I'm excited about it. Ought to be a hell of a game tonight.
Yeah, really excited, and it starts with the guards on both teams, David. And Baylor's got 3 of the best trio in college basketball. You'd be hard-pressed to find 3 better guards on any college basketball team. Maybe Gonzaga is the only other team can compete. For the Arkansas fans listening that they don't have a great detail, they don't have a great background of what Baylor's going to bring to the table. What type of team is Baylor going to bring into Lucas Oil Stadium tonight?
Well, a better team than they were probably, maybe a couple of 3 weeks ago after they got through the pause. They kind of were erratic, sluggish, lethargic, lost the rotation of playing great defense. They still were able to win 3 games, tough games against West Virginia on the road and then Oklahoma State, and then blew out Texas Tech. And it seemed like everything was fine, and then they got to the tournament, and it just still wasn't quite right. You guys played, I say you guys, Arkansas played Oklahoma State in a tight game. Baylor lost to them in the tournament. And it actually, what happened after that is that they were able to get in practices. And I know it's kind of like you could throw up the Allen Iverson, press conference that one time. But they actually were able to work on themselves after the loss in Kansas City, stayed in Kansas City until they flew to Indianapolis 2-3 days later. And their defensive rotations have gotten better and better and better throughout the tournament. And they squeezed down on Villanova. They're a team that has a lot of great ball pressure on the perimeter. They're not dominant inside at all. They got role players inside. They've got Mark Vidal, who plays bigger than his size, that obviously brings energy to the team. They're experienced. They've been here before. They thought they would be here a year ago when everything was shut down. They have not shot the ball well in recent games. They were 6 of 28 against Oklahoma State in the tournament. They haven't really just unleashed the third best three-point shooting team, if not sometimes ranked the best three-point shooting team in the country. So you wonder if that's on its way, but it's a team that, against Villanova, down by 7 at halftime, and it felt like 15 the way that they were playing, they showed this ability, and they've had this almost every game this year, guys, Ty and Tommy, this ability to go on one of these little 6 to 8 minute stretches where they just clamp down on you. And the next thing you know, either they're up 5 and it's now 12, or they're down 2 or 3 and they're up 7 or 8. And that's what they did against not a great Villanova team, but a team that has won 2 of the last 4 national titles. They're confident. They're confident, but they're not overconfident. They expect to be here where they are, but they still aren't quite who they were before they had the pause.
David, what I think is also a cool backstory on this matchup tonight, you think about Scott and Bryce, the sons of Homer Drew, and then Eric, the son of the late Bill Musselman. There's such a coaching lineage that we're getting to watch play out tonight. And you think about 2 of the hottest names in college basketball that are connected in every coaching job, coaching search. It seems like that would be Eric Musselman and Scott Drew. Is this clearly, far and away, Scott Drew's best team, David?
It has to be. They won the Big 12 title, which we know Kansas has basically owned that since the Big 12 was formed. On occasion, like even a couple years ago, it would have been Kansas won last year. Even with Baylor having that great run, and then 2 years ago, Texas Tech and Kansas State split it. Yeah, it is. Now, here's the thing: they've been to the Elite Eight. This is their 3rd trip under Scott Drew. They went back in the late 48 and 1950, back in the day when they had 8 teams make the tournament. In fact, played for the national championship in 48 against Kentucky. But, I mean, that's 71 years ago, 73 years ago since 48. It is. He's had some teams now. They've had runs. But when they've been to the Elite Eight twice before, in 2010 they were in the Elite Eight, lost to Duke in a game in which they kind of had that game, and there was a call at the end, a charging call, that kind of flipped the switch in that game. Duke went on to win the national title, and then they went back again, 2-3 years later, and they lost to Kentucky. That was the Kentucky team that was just basically, as good as anyone's ever been, and lost to them in Atlanta in the Elite Eight. So they've been to the Elite Eight, but they've lost to teams pretty much, the blue bloods when you're talking about Duke and also in Kentucky. But yeah, no, this team, everything seems to have fit together perfectly. They have had maybe a couple of teams that were probably more talented, longer, angular, like dripping with tremendous athletic talent that have made runs before, Sweet 16s before. They had a team that kind of disappointed, but then went on to win the NIT that kind of launched them into this run that they're in now. I think 6 of the last 7 years they've been to the tournament. But, yeah, this team here is awfully special, and it's because they're experienced, they're seasoned, they've got just enough of I think last year's team, I would love to have seen what would have happened in the tournament because they had Freddie Gillespie inside, who was a force inside offensively. They really don't have that guy that they could go down to. This team was remade a couple of years ago when their center, Tristan Clark, went out and has really never played. In fact, medically retired before the start of this season. But I would say yes because of what they accomplished, but it would be a successful season because of what they've done. But they have, from the beginning, and a lot of teams can say this, but they can't really actually feel it. From the beginning, this was kind of a team that felt like if they didn't get to the Final Four, it would be a disappointment.
David, you mentioned this would be a kind of a game of runs. I'm looking at the points off turnovers. Baylor had 22 of their 62 off turnovers against Villanova. Arkansas had 19 of their 72 against Oral Roberts off of turnovers. I know we measure runs in offensive points, but really I think what you were trying to hammer home a minute ago is this will be a game of defensive runs. This will be a game of consecutive turnovers, steals, transition points. That will be the thing to watch tonight, is how the defense creates the offense for both teams.
Yes, absolutely. It's a great point, and that's what Baylor does, and I know that's what Arkansas does. I don't know. I can't wait. Our show comes on at 4 o'clock Eastern later today, and I had a chance. I've been able to get Nolan Richardson to join us later today, and if there's anybody that ever created points off of turnovers with 40 minutes of hell, we know what he did in those great runs at Arkansas. Neither of these teams tonight has that. I mean, that team had everything. I'm not saying that neither one can if they keep on winning, but he did that year in and year out. Here's what Baylor against Villanova. I was there. It was at Hinkle Fieldhouse, and they're like I said, they have not been shooting threes effectively. There are times when they would just blow people out because they just were unconscious at times with threes. You always hear that you live by the three, you die by the three, and some teams do. And for a minute there in the first half, at halftime against Villanova, that kind of crept in my mind like it did against Oklahoma State. But what happened is Scott Drew comes into halftime and says, there was a lot of dribble, pop, and drive to the basket. Davion Mitchell is the key. Jared Butler's up for Player of the Year national. Davion Mitchell is the engine that runs this team. Mark Vidal is the energy that everybody kind of follows. He's the guy this is a fifth year for him. But Davion Mitchell absolutely took over that game against Villanova. Villanova had 5 turnovers and 6 turnovers, 11 total in their first 2 games. There are games when Villanova maybe turns it over 2 or 3 times because of how they play and how well they play under Jay Wright. They went nuts against Villanova's offense. Villanova turned it over 16 times in that game. That's unheard of for them. I think there was a game or two earlier this year when they had the same issue Villanova did. But Davion Mitchell in the perimeter defense, the on-the-ball defense, turned over Villanova consistently, where, in fact, some of the turnovers you think are steals. Some of the turnovers are just guys having the ball batted away. There were turnovers from Villanova, if you watch part of the second half, where they were throwing the ball into the stands, where they were throwing the ball cross court, not like sloppy, that would hit the scorer's table. That there was nobody there, that they were forcing a team that doesn't make a lot of mistakes to just flat out almost start to panic. And Arkansas has that ability as well. Baylor seasoned guards, you would hope, would be able to handle that. On occasion, they're going to turn it over. Of course they are. But, yeah, they turned. And what they did is they exploded to the basket, not on fast break points. Not a lot of their points were easy fast break points. There were some. But Davion Mitchell, Maceo Teague, Jared Butler started to just hammer the ball inside and started using their quickness to be able to get around what Villanova had to get some easier buckets. Then the defense created confidence, and then the run, and then, of course, the game completely flipped.
What's the matchup in this game tonight? Who offensively for Arkansas are you most interested to see how Baylor draws it up on the defensive assignment tonight?
Well, Moody's the leading scorer, but the guy we all know that Devontae Davis has been kind of the key to what Musselman's done with this team. I thought I read when I was looking at a summary that they're 12-1 ever since he kind of became the factor, right? Am I right about that?
I don't know if 12-1's right, but he's definitely been the catalyst here the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. I thought I saw a note. Other than the game with LSU in the tournament, they're 12-1 since they inserted him into the lineup. And I mean, that's so. He's the guy that's made the difference. I saw a comparison. I don't know if you when Musselman was at Golden State, Earl Boykins. He kind of 5'5" Earl Boykins kind of became the energy off the bench for a Golden State. Musselman won Coach of the Year that year for a team that went from 21 wins to 38 wins. So he found someone that lights the fire, and of course what Devontae Davis has done as well. The bottom line is Davion Mitchell. His nickname is Off Night. He's up for Defensive Player of the Year. He's a Defensive Player of the Year All-American. Mark Vidal is as well. To me, what happens is whatever Davion Mitchell can dictate in this game is obviously going to be a big deal for Arkansas, for what they can accomplish, because Davion Mitchell will shut you down. That doesn't mean he doesn't give things up. That doesn't mean there's not going to be points against him, but he is the guy that feeds everything for Baylor. He actually right now, as good as Jared Butler's been, as really good as Maceo Teague has been and others, that Davion Mitchell, this has almost become his team in a way, because not only what he does, he's always been good defensively, but his offensive game has taken off this year. That's what separated him. So whoever Davion Mitchell, I don't know what Scott will do. They had to go against Robinson Earl at Villanova. The question was, how does Baylor handle him? And early on, he kind of ate him up a little bit. But they kind of threw different people at him. They've got size with Flo Thamba, but he's not strong. He can block some shots. He'll give you a couple of dunks in the game. But a lot of it's going to depend whoever they put on with Davion Mitchell. But also watch the Maceo Teague gets overlooked way too often. He can line it up. He had a huge night against Texas Tech to end the regular season. He's a guy that never gets talked about much when it comes to their defense, and yet very few people score points against him. But Mitchell gets a lot of the credit because he's just so energized and so active.
Dave, it's funny you bring up Earl Borkins because he's actually the director of student-athlete development at Arkansas with Eric Musselman. So cool connection there. And really good insight. David Smoke, Sikkim 365, kind enough to spend some time with us this morning on the Morning Rush. David, enjoy the game tonight. It's going to be a late one for both you and I, but I think we'll be able to make it through it, especially if we both anticipate it being as good of a game as the outlook looks like.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. A 10 o'clock tip, basically, Eastern time. But hey, everyone has been working towards this moment. They would play at 2 o'clock in the morning if they had to.
That's right.
I look forward to it. Thanks for having me on, Ty and Tommy. Good luck tonight, and it ought to be one heck of a game.
All right. Thanks, David. Good
Great
stuff
live
from Indianapolis, getting ready for the game tonight. Brought to you by The Fence Man. If you own a business that needs more security or just a better look around your business with more curb appeal, a new fence from The Fence Man can give you both. They've been around for more than 40 years. The Fence Man can custom install any type of fencing, gates, controlled access, powered automatic gates to make your business more secure and look better. Call the Fence Man. Ask about 18-month, same as cash financing, 479-782-3936. That's 782-3936. For the Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Tommy, David forgot to mention that Baylor does have Matthew Mayer, who may have the best hair in college basketball. Have you seen this dude's mullet yet?
I watched the Villanova game one Saturday, so yes, I did see it.
Pretty special. So good stuff from David. We'll make sure
Is it as good as your mullet, though?
I don't know, man. Month's growing out. Could come off tonight. We'll see. So I think the hair's in peril tonight. Well, and that's okay because that means Arkansas could go to a Final Four.
You may get to keep it a little while longer while we orchestrate this
the setup,
this grand parade of the of how the shearing will commence. Particularly if we're going to get Muss to do it. So
yeah, that's a good point. Are you how fired up are you for this game tonight?
Oh, I mean, this is the I guess since the baseball national championship series, this is the most excited you've been probably for any Razorback sporting event, and it's obviously the most excited you've been for a Razorback basketball game since '95.
Yeah. Want to get that clip ready of AJ, a Hog fan?
Oh, you want that one?
Let's go and get people fired up.
We got a lot of Oak Ridge Boys fans out here that are going to understand Elvira. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hogs fired up.
Here we go.
Yeah. Hogs fired up.
Yeah.
My hogs are on fire. Hogs fired up.
It's pretty good.
Fast breaks that look like heaven. Slam Dunk Sports Center top 10. Those hogs can show enough make my little light shine.
Sing it, brother.
I get a whooping feeling up and down my spine.
Yeah.
'Cause I know that the hogs fired up tonight. So I'm singing hogs fired up. Yeah. Hogs fired up. My hogs are on fire. Hogs fired up.
That's pretty good stuff right there. So,
oh, man. AJ the Mac.
I assume you've heard Elvira before. Even at your young, tender age, right?
This is a theme of the weekend, Tommy. Hogs fired up.
Yeah.
Hog fans fired up. They're going to outnumber Baylor tonight. Dad's going to get eaten alive tonight by Hog fans.
Will that be the difference in the game?
If it was a full capacity crowd, I would say it would have more of an impact. But, Tom, when they're only stuffing 25% of half of Lucas Oil Stadium because the courts are split, I just don't know how you can go out on a limb and say it's going to be the difference, right?
Yeah.
Like, again, it's a completely different circumstance if it's a full capacity. But we know what we're in right now. That's just kind of what are your thoughts? Is that a correct?
I
take
worry
by me?
more about, and I don't know how Lucas Oil and the sight lines and playing in a dome versus an arena. Arkansas hasn't shot particularly well in this tournament offensively. They've sputtered. Will tonight, the backdrop be something that's more pleasing to their eye? I worry more about that than the crowd itself. That's where I'm at. Hey, Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers who are looking right there in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have your CDL license with no automatic restriction, you want to be home at night, you want to work with a great company that offers great pay, great benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunities, apply online. You can do it today, jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Let's welcome in our buddy Ryan in Hot Springs. Ryan, are you fired up after hearing Hogs fired up by AJ the Mac?
After listening to old boy from Baylor, I feel a little better about the game tonight. It sounds like Justin Smith may have an opportunity to really eat tonight. I like the sound of that.
I hope so. That's whatever Arkansas fans. I mean, he has just dominated the glass at the tournament. I would expect that to continue tonight.
And I talked with you this weekend. I was kind of worried. I figured we'd be competitive. I just didn't figure we had enough bullets in the gun, if you know what I'm saying. But I'll be watching tonight and pretty excited about it. And hey, Tommy, that was a real pretty brownie you sent me Saturday.
Yeah,
so congrats on that.
We had a great time. Caught a few more yesterday, so always a good time every time at Gaston's. So caught a few browns on the white.
This year, I'm hoping to for our anniversary. I'm going to try to talk my wife into going to Gaston's.
Well, they were.
I don't know how well that'll go, but we'll try.
Saw a lot of. Thanks for the call, Ryan. Saw a lot of ladies fishing on the river this weekend. So
easy pitch. Let Tommy do the pitch for you, Ryan.
Yeah,
Just put him on the speakerphone. Let him do the pitch.
It'll be a first class time every time. So I mean, no problem there. Hey, one thing I did notice when I got back is the yard is starting to sprout out. Weeds starting to come up. It's time to start thinking about who's going to take care of the yard for spring and summer. That's the grounds guys. They're in Northwest Arkansas and in the Fort Smith area. They do it all, mowing, landscaping, cleanup. I need someone to come pick all the sticks and the leaves and everything left over from winter. Plus, they do a weed and feed continued maintenance program. And right now, get 50% off your first 6-step weed and feed application. That's half off. Call the grounds guys, 479-303-GUYS. That's 303-GUYS, or log on at groundsguys.com.
Hey, if you're up in Indy, give us a call. If you just want to talk about this game tonight, give us a call. That's coming up. Stay with us. It's the Morning Rush.
Hot Take Monday is brought to you by Wheels RV, Highway 412 in Springdale, and online at wheelsrv.net.
Eagles Nest is coming in hot.
Burton Pools and Spas has the perfect solution for buying a pool without breaking the bank. Enjoy quality family time this summer while keeping cool when the temperatures get hot with a semi-in-ground pool. 15-foot pools start at just $99.97 at Burton Pools and Spas. Enjoy your semi-in-ground pool this year from Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, and always online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
At any of the Clay Maxey companies, it's just an easy, customer-centered experience. We wanted to make it a one-stop shop, so we added Kawasaki and Can-Am and Hustler and Worldline. It's really been a nice add for us. We provide full service. We're doing pickup and delivery. We were able to add the Vexus line, which is a premier bass boat line. We want to make it easy. We want you to visit us at any of the Clay Maxey companies, Clay Maxey Ford and Harrison, Berryville, Motorsports, Marine, or Clay Maxey NWA.
RV show pricing is arriving early at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV wants to invite you to skip the lines and the crowds this year and shop the industry's best brands at Northwest Arkansas's premier RV dealer, and with a lifetime warranty, RV storage, and a mobile service shuttle. Owning a new RV has never been easier. RV show pricing beginning now at Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
On the Road to the Final Four with the Hogs is presented by Forest Green Incorporated, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, and Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley.
Individual awards and all that, that's all cool, but I'm here for the confetti.
Hey, Grounds Guys.
Hey, what?
Can you get rid of these weeds in my yard?
You betcha. The Grounds Guys 6-step weed and feed service will eliminate those unsightly weeds, keeping your lawn green and pristine all year long. Mention this ad and get your first application for 50% off, and you'll notice the results right away. Call 479-303-GUYS. That's 303-GUYS. Or go to groundsguys.com for all your lawn care needs in Northwest Arkansas and the Fort Smith area. The Grounds Guys. Leave the yard work to us.
Spring is here, and Jelco Outdoors has all the great gear for getting outside and enjoying the great outdoors. Hiking shoes and boots by Danner, Keene, and Solomon. All your fishing gear for crappie, bass, and catfish. Fishing kayaks, clothing, footwear, and more. Check out the great selection at Jelco. Turkey hunters, Jelco has all the calls and gear to help you bag that big tom this spring. Get out and enjoy spring. Get to Jelco Outdoors for all your spring gear. 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Van Alma Tire Center between Van Buren and Alma is your one-stop tire and auto center. They offer all the name brand and private label tires for your car, truck, four-wheel drive, semi-trucks, and trailers. Plus, they have lawn and garden tires, too. They do everything from oil changes, alignments for your 2- or 4-wheel drive vehicles to brakes and suspension replacement. And CV axles and bearings, too. All this at Van Alma Tire Center, 6805 Alma Highway, 5 miles east of Van Buren, 2 miles west of Alma.
I am incredibly excited today because I am talking to JD of Vision Exteriors. JD is the guy to give you expert advice on windows and sidings. Tell us what to expect when we call on Vision Exteriors, JD.
Not only do we provide high-quality material and workmanship, but we also believe in communication and customer relationship is very important. Our windows and siding are energy efficient, low maintenance, and have a lifetime warranty. You can reach me at 479-285-2333.
And don't forget, JD, you have financing available with Vision Exteriors.
Frank Roll Furniture is your Made in the USA headquarters. We carry as many Made in the USA products as we can, including Jackson & Catnapper sofas and lugs, Speed Queen washers and dryers, and Serenity mattresses. This month, we are offering special pricing on cash and finance. We are family owned and offer in-store no credit check financing. Visit us at FrankRowFurniture.com. Frank Roll Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
Come get you some. 2728 Townsend Avenue is your off-road and performance center headquarters. They've got everything from lift kits, wheels, LED light bars, UTV parts and accessories, winches and tires. Need general 4x4 repair? No problem. Come get you some has one of the largest 4x4 shops in the States. They do it all. From installing a bug shield to building some of the baddest off-road machines in the country. Call them today at 782-6833. That's 782-MUD. Or check them out online at cgysoffroad.com. Come get you some.
Have you ever been to River City Bistro for a brunch on the weekends? Every Saturday and Sunday. River City is open at 10 a.m. with a special brunch menu. Eggs and omelets any way you like. Premium bacon, sausage and ham, waffles, eggs Benedict, and a great drink menu featuring mimosas, Bloody Marys, and all your brunch favorites. We will see you for brunch every Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. at River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center.
Hello, Jeremy Tissington, General Sales Manager at Randall Ford. When you're in the market for the right used vehicle, look no further than Randall Ford. If you're looking for a late model truck, we have it. How about a safe, reliable car for under $10,000? We have it. Plus, we will get you financed, guaranteed. At Randall Ford, all vehicles go through a 115-point safety inspection, all vehicles come with warranty, and no payments for 90 days. Plus, we will deliver right to your front door. Stop in today. I would love to meet you and earn your business. Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue, or online at randallford.com.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Jalen going to try a three, left wing, deep three, and it's good.
I'm going to try this call-in number.
Call or text The Morning Rush at 877-377-6963.
My first official call-in.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. We're live in Indianapolis, Indiana. Elite 8 tonight, 8:57 Central Time, ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com. And really appreciate our friends at Forest Grid Incorporated, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, and Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley for us getting down here. Coming up, we'll take your calls and text at 877-377-6963 as I give it back to the guy who's sporting the hog out this morning, Mr. Tommy Kraft.
All right, hey, if you need a PCR COVID test and you need it fast, of course, you want it accurate, and you need the results the next day. There's only one place to go. That's Arkansas's own Natural State Laboratories. They have a drive-through location at Community Bible Church every weekday from 8 to 1. You don't have to have an appointment. You don't need a doctor's note. There's no out-of-pocket expense, and you get the test results the very next day. That's so important. So if you've been exposed to someone with COVID, you have symptoms, you need to travel, your work's required a test, or you just want the peace of mind, PCR COVID testing today, 8 to 1 at Community Bible Church at 9201 Dallas Street. Again, no out-of-pocket expense, no appointment necessary. Next day results. Natural State Laboratories, 8 to 1 today, 9201 Dallas Street at Community Bible Church.
So our family group message before we take Josh and Mina's call, my little niece, little Eloise, is dressed up head to toe in Arkansas gear, and my dad is vouching to get her some green and gold apparel. I hope when Chad and Claire receive that green and gold apparel that they take it either straight to the dumpster or the campfire and burn it.
Yeah, they may call DHS or something if you allow the child to wear that. Of course, Baylor's an old Southwest Conference rival. Certainly not top 3 or 4 on your rivals, but a team you got some history with, obviously. And tonight, I guess I don't know my Arkansas-Baylor basketball history probably as well as I need to, but I'm guessing this is probably the most important game in the Arkansas-Baylor series all-time history. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that.
That's a good guess. It's a good guess. Yeah. Josh and Mina is excited. Do we want to play Hogs Fired Up again? Do we want to just real quick?
That?
Yeah,
let's. You want a little bit more of that? Hang on, let me back it up. Let me back it up here. All right.
Just
a little bit more. Here we go.
Hogs fired up. Yeah. Hogs fired up. My hogs
Josh, does that
get
you excited for the game tonight?
Fired up.
Yeah.
That get you going?
Woo! Big sick. I love that song. I'll tell you something else. Ty, back in the beginning when Isaiah Joe was on the fence of coming back, he said this could be a Sweet 16 team. This team is an Elite 8 and even better because of Musselman. Musselman is the man. And not only that, we watched the game, me and my 10-year-old son, and I could not believe his excitement watching us win that last game. That was awesome.
Yeah, let me ask you, Josh, are you going to let your 10-year-old stay up tonight, which has got to be way past bedtime? I've got this parenting decision to make tonight, too, with my 11-year-old. Do I let Dylan stay up and experience this? I think really you're missing a memory and a moment if you put the kids to bed early tonight.
I'm the same way. I want to so bad. I get up at midnight and go to work.
No.
So I need to find a nap somewhere, but I'm gonna tell them let's take a nap and let's watch this ball game.
Yeah. I appreciate the call. Just see, Ty, I get to come into work with you every morning, so I don't have to deal with the aftermath of them not sleeping well at night. My wife gets to deal with that the next morning, trying to get them up to go to school. I feel bad for all the school teachers who are already dealing with kids that are off schedule from spring break, plus time change, plus everything else that's been going on the last few weeks. Now, if we keep the kids up to watch the game tonight, it's going to be even worse tomorrow morning.
Luckily, there's I don't have any errors that I know of, so I don't have to worry about making the decisions that you, Josh, and so many others are having to make. But, hey, listen, do the right thing. Let the kids stay up regardless of age.
At least first half, right?
Yeah, at least first half. I mean, and even if it looks like the game's headed Baylor's way, it's not like you can be like, all right, go to bed, the game's in doubt. Because, I mean, this team has 3 double-digit comeback wins. It will be, Tommy, I don't know about you, it will be hard for me to come to the realization that Arkansas at some point is going to lose tonight because they've just done it. They've come from behind every single game thus far. And I know Baylor's a better team than Colgate and Texas Tech and Oral Roberts, but until that final whistle blows and that final horse sounds, I'm not counting the Hogs out. That's just how I'm thinking about tonight's game.
I had a question about the series history, not that it means a lot, but Baylor is the 5th most common opponent behind Texas A&M. This will be the 144th all-time meeting between Baylor and Arkansas owns a 96-47 edge in the series. 6-4 in neutral site games, but I don't think all of those 143 previous meetings mean a whole lot tonight. So, but that's what the series history is. We're brought to you by Riley Farm Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A. Dr. Bo Sparkman and Dr. Brogan give their patients a great experience every time. Sometimes you've been to the dentist and just the experience of going's not all that great, particularly if you have anxiety about going to the dentist. They make it comfortable, they make it easy, and they do every kind of dental procedure from general dentistry to braces to implants to cosmetics, so no need to find 2 or 3 different dental offices to provide all the services you need. They've been voted in the top 3 best of the best every year since 2017, so these are people you can trust. And the second you walk in the door, you'll become part of the Riley Farm Dental family. See more at RileyFarmDental.com or call and make an appointment and find a new dental home at Riley Farm Dental, 226-3500. That's 479-226-3500 or RileyFarmDental.com.
Want to remind everyone that we will be doing not only Arkansas game day before the show, but Hog Reaction after the show. That's courtesy of real estate agents Nick and Ellie Glidewell, Cherokee Casinos, Remax Unlimited West, Oakey, and Harry Robinson, Buick GMC Exit 11 off 5540 in Fort Smith. Reaction show and pregame show. That's tonight. Loaded day for us. Halftime coming up. One more segment in the Morning Rush next.
Hot Take Monday is brought to you by Wheels RV, Highway 412 in Springdale, and online at wheelsrv.net.
Hey, it was BYOG, bring your own guts.
Hello, you've reached Toyota. This is Jan. How can I help?
Hi, Jan. Is now a good time to save on a new Toyota?
It sure is. With great deals now through March 31st, you can ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Great. I've really been getting into podcasts lately for those long drives.
Oh, yeah? Which ones?
Mysteries, mostly.
Well, imagine yourself cruising in a Camry, listening to that one where a priceless painting went missing and the whole town was a suspect. Or go camping in a RAV4 while listening to that one where a shocking crime turned their sleepy seaside community on its head. Or off-roading in a Tacoma, while you listen to the one where a big city detective relocates to the country, only to find that trouble has followed him.
You know what? With so many good places to go, maybe I'll listen to them all.
Spoiler alert, it was the butler.
Toyota, let's go places. Get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a 2021 Highlander L for $279 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. At participating dealers only. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and ends 3/31/21.
It's time to say goodbye to contacts, glasses, or bifocals with LASIK or clear lens exchange by Volvision in Northwest Arkansas. Mention ESPN for $500 off your LASIK or clear lens exchange procedure. A quick 15-minute procedure, easy 24-hour recovery no matter your age. Freedom from contacts and glasses is an option for you. Volvision, the official eye care providers of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Go Hogs!
On the Road to the Final Four with the Hogs is presented by Forest Green Incorporated, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, and Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley.
Individual awards and all that, that's all cool, but I'm here for the confetti.
The biggest selection, the best values, and more for your trade at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. No one beats the selection at Harry Robinson, with over 500 vehicles of all makes and models in stock today. Some as low as 500 miles, many less than 10,000 miles with full factory warranty. Pre-owned trucks, SUVs, and great vehicles of all makes and models are ready now at Harry Robinson. When the other dealers don't have it, Harry does. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
There's an old saying, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Hi, this is Scott at Calico County. 2021 is here, and no doubt a lot has changed in the last year. But something that has stayed the same is Calico County's award-winning food. Great portions that are fresh and always cooked from scratch. Something that we have changed is improved curbside service for those of you that don't want to fight the crowds. And of course, we will never change those great cinnamon rolls that everyone loves. So for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or catering, it's Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue, behind Randall Ford.
Farm Credit has been a trusted friend for over 100 years. They are ag financing experts. So whether you're a longtime farmer, new to farming, or buying your dream home or land in the country, their experienced staff has a plan to fit your goals, needs, and your bottom line. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com. Farm Credit is an equal opportunity lender.
Need a little extra cash? Go see Rusty at Golden Gym Pond, 310 West Center in Greenwood. Get the money you need with loans on jewelry, guns, tools, and electronics. If you're looking for a gift, they have a large selection of jewelry to choose from, and Rusty can take care of all jewelry repair. Stop by Golden Gym Pond today, 310 West Center in Greenwood, or call 996-2792. Open 9 to 5:30 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 9 to 3 on Wednesday. Golden Gym Pond.
This time of year is hectic, and we know you have things to do and places to be. Southern Tire Mart can help you get there and save you money on America's most trusted brands like Michelin and B.F. Goodrich. Take advantage of our $29.95 oil change, which includes a 27-point vehicle inspection. Come see us at Southern Tire Mart just off I-540 at exit 14 in Fort Smith today for quality Michelin and B.F. Goodrich tires and the best-in-class service. Get where you need to be with Michelin, B.F. Goodrich, and Southern Tire Mart.
Metal Mart offers high-quality prefabricated metal buildings, metal roofing, custom trim shop, carports, and more. They strive to be a company where contractors as well as do-it-yourselfers are welcome. Metal Mart assists you in calculating the materials needed to complete your project, all at a rate you can afford. Stop by 7320 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith or call 648-3342. You can also catch them online at metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
Frank Roll Furniture is your Made in the USA headquarters. We carry as many Made in the USA products as we can, including Jackson & Catnapper sofas and Loves, Speed Queen washers and dryers, and Serenity mattresses. This month we are offering special pricing on cash and finance. We are family owned and offer in-store no credit check financing. Visit us at FrankRollFurniture.com. Frank Roll Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
It's Truck Month at Harry Robinson's Salisaw Ford, and all remaining 2024 trucks are at least $10,000 off. New 2020 Ford F-150s as low as $32,999. 2020 Ford EcoSports as low as $19,995. And 2020 Ford Mustangs as low as $24,995. Less than 12 2020 Fords remain, and they have to go. Harry Robinson's Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw.
ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
Note into the front court for Arkansas. Dribbles left of the circle, gets a screen from Vanover, goes to the basket, lays it in, and one.
The Morning Rush and Halftime will be live at Game Day Lodge in Branson April 5th and 6th. Check out the Game Day Lodge on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Airbnb.
Coming up, we got to get into the best and worst of the weekend here on the Morning Rush. I also kind of just want to recap what we've been discussing this morning. But before we do all that, I want to tell you about our friends at Pradco Fishing.
Yeah, one of the best parts of the weekend was fishing on the White River. We took along the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue that we've been telling you about, and it's money. It will help you catch the big ones. We caught some very nice browns over the weekend. I noticed with our fishing guides that they had a lot of Pradco lures, a lot of Smithwick and Umbrella and Bobby Garland stuff in their tackle boxes. They know what works. and that Smithwick suspending Rattling Rogue is one that will help you catch them, whether it's in a heavy current, whether you've gotten yourself off to the side and it's in some slower water. The Rogue suspends so it stays in the strike zone longer, helping you catch more fish. Hey, find one for yourself at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue.
Tommy, once again, the Arkansas Razorbacks survived in advance in an NCAA tournament game, being down double digits. Once again, a shot at the buzzer goes awry. Arkansas is able to get it done. Now they're going to have to play a much better ball game in order to defeat the Baylor Bears tonight.
Yeah, and, that was the longest 3.1 seconds. I think all of our hearts stopped for a quarter beat or whatever when that ball went in. I thought it was good, and, the dance was over. But fortunately, Arkansas didn't foul. Ball didn't go in. How Oral Roberts got from one end of the floor to the other in 3.1 was beyond me. Should they have guarded the inbound and maybe that would have been the moment for Vanover to come in and bring the long wingspan and maybe make the inbound more difficult? I don't know, but it all worked out.
So I listened to Eric Musselman's explanation after that fall in the game because he was asked about what you just asked. And he talked about that they feel like they didn't want to try and deny Asmus because the foul factor, because he had gotten a couple fouls drawn that night because of just running into people, and he's a smaller guy and stuff. So they didn't want to necessarily deny him the ball. But at the end of the day, it ended up working out in your favor. He missed the shot, but it was like you said.
Well, you get to play 5 on, you get to play 5 on 4 at that point.
He's a scat guard. He is quick as a cat, man, and Devo is no slouch in that area, but that guy can absolutely move. So that was the Arkansas game on Saturday night, Sweet 16. It had some other good Sweet 16 games, including the Alabama game that went into overtime. And I think we have that audio clip, Tommy.
Got it right here.
This is the game that I thought Alabama. When you hit a shot that sends you to overtime, typically, I don't know what the percentage is. Most of the time, the team that hits it wins that game. Yeah. Well, that wasn't the case, but what a shot last night.
You got to lay back here and let them catch it.
Get it in. Yep. Quinterly. Pass it off. Reese. Oh, yeah! Overtime in Indy. Alex Reese, the clutch jumper.
That was Ian Eagle on the call for, I don't know if it was TBS or CBS, whichever it was. But what a shot. And Nate Oates' squad, it came back to free throws, Tommy. That's what killed them last night.
Yeah, that cooked their goose. And, early on they were out of rhythm. Herb Jones with the 2 early offensive fouls. If you're watching, he just too keyed up, too worked up, whatever. Just came in and hit a defender with an elbow right in the face, going to the rim. And then, seconds later, driving to the hole, just runs over a defender. That really took away from Alabama's ability to set up defensively and offensively. Obviously, he's Defensive Player of the Year. You needed him on the floor. That really took away from Alabama's ability to set their game plan up early.
Did any other Sweet 16 games stand out to you? There's a couple blowouts, a couple good games. Michigan looked
really good.
Gonzaga looked really good. I mean, that's going to be a tough basketball team to beat. Trying to think.
I thought Saturday's games were better than yesterday's games as far as competitive. I thought the Alabama game was best regulation. Obviously, the overtime was very lopsided, but and I think I know we're homers here. Not that anyone could tell by looking at me this morning with the hog hat on, but I thought the Arkansas Oral Roberts game was probably as good a game as you had across the 8 Sweet 16 regional semifinals. I mean, as far as the game itself, just fun to watch. I don't know how you beat the Arkansas game.
I don't think you can. 2-point ball game. I know that the game in regulation between Alabama and UCLA was tied when it went to OT. Obviously, can't go to OT without being tied, but that to me was one of the better games of the weekend. All right, and the other thing we've been touching on, not as extensively this morning, but we have touched on it, is the sweep over Mississippi State. And unfortunately, because of how much time and effort this basketball team has taken up, we haven't really given Dave Van Horn's credit where credit is due. They swept the second or third best team, depending on which poll you look at, in collegiate baseball on the road, where they just opened up full capacity in Dudy Noble for the first time. Christian Franklin was unreal this weekend, and really the whole baseball team stepped up to the plate when called upon.
Yeah, and I would assume that Arkansas will be back to a unanimous number 1 when all the polls come out after pulling something off this impressive for the weekend. We got to remember, and I'm just as guilty when you see, you lose a game at La Tech, then you lose a midweek game to Oklahoma, then you let Alabama come in and beat you for the third time in a row, and you think the sky's falling. Hey, baseball is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Dave Van Horn knows exactly what he's doing, and these things work. We can't overreact to losses. Now, the other side of that coin is just as true, Ty. We can't overreact to a series sweep either. Let's just see what happens over the marathon. You'd like to win an average of 2 out of 3. This gives you some breathing room. You did that against Bama. Now you're game ahead. Gives you some breathing room somewhere. If you have an injury or it's just not your weekend, they got a crafty lefty that you can't hit. You got a little breathing room. You want to win 2 out of 3. That gives you 20 wins. I promise you, it won't take 20 wins, I think, to win the West this year. 19, 18 might be the number. 20 would. If you put 20 up, you could sit in the clubhouse right now and feel real good about it.
There you go. Best and worst of the weekend is headed your way, but first I want to welcome in Robert in Farmington to the conversation this morning. Robert, what's going on, man?
Hey, I'll start your best and worst off real quick, if that's okay.
Bring it. Fire it.
Okay, so, and it's the worst is something that really has hacked me off this whole freaking tournament. The best of is obviously Arkansas baseball, softball, and basketball. All are doing well.
Yep.
We can all agree that's the best of the weekend. The worst, though, is this dadgum, the way the tournament has changed the dates. I absolutely think it's horrible that we're not going to know who the Final Four is until Tuesday night. Am I wrong on that?
I don't like it either. I wish you had a whole week, but, of course, you're not traveling back and forth. A lot of this is COVID testing related at the beginning of the tournament, but I'm with you. I don't like this weeknight stuff as much as Saturday and Sunday Elite Eight games.
Well, here's the deal, okay? If you're in my line of work, you can't get shirts in. You can't get the stuff in with the 4 teams. You're hosed. I mean, you get the stuff in that's just Arkansas for the Final Four. But as it stands right now, you're not going to know till Tuesday night. The shirts get printed on Wednesday. You're not going to get them till Thursday. And you've missed 24, almost 36 hours of opportunity. You know what I mean?
No, you're exactly right.
So that's my beef. That's my good and bad. So I just think it sucks. I think the NCAA needs to rethink this going forward because I absolutely think this is horrific for the game.
Yeah, and I think, Robert, appreciate the call, buddy. I don't anticipate them keeping the schedule that they had this year for years moving forward. But as you brought up, Tommy, it's a COVID-related type of thing, which is throwing a loop or throwing a wrench in everyone's livelihoods all throughout the last year or so.
Yeah, Robert's over at the stadium shop, so if you're looking for a T-shirt or a hat or something to wear to your watch party or gathering, or you just want to show your pride, you can get over and see him. He'll get you fixed up with something. So.
I had some Arkansas fans, Tommy, tell me that they dropped $180 up here in Indianapolis on merchandise and apparel.
Yeah, I saw someone tweeted that they went to several of the NCAA storefronts they've popped up there, and there's apparel and there's items for every team but Arkansas. Arkansas fans have bought everything up.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so great. All right, let's get into best and worst of the weekend here on the Morning Rush. You want to play the opener? You just want to do it?
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
We the best.
This is the worst.
It's time for the best and worst of the weekend.
So I want to give a special shout-out to Mr. Chuck Barrett and Mr. Matt Zimmerman because Friday night we're in Harry and Izzy's. We got a late reservation because the guys that I stayed with this weekend were driving up from good old Fort Smith and didn't get in till late. And so we're sitting there, and I get a text on my phone. It says, and it's from Chuck. He said, "Are you here?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm here at Harry and Izzy's." It's like, "Come downstairs and say hi." And so I walked over, and Tim, Z, David Shoemaker, David's brother, and I think sister-in-law, and I think there was 1 or 2 other people there, and we're just chatting for a sec, and the guys I was sitting with, Tommy, thought I was kidding that he was there, and it's like, no, I'm serious, and so I think about it because they are like trembling because Chuck Barrett is 100 yards. Oh my gosh!
Trembling?
Not trembling. I'm not kidding. Yeah. The table was shaking.
Oh, okay.
And so
at least you're not exaggerating.
Yeah. No, I mean you should have seen it. It was I've never seen anything like it. And so I walk over and we're talking. It's like, so I asked Chuck and Z. I was like, "Hey guys, before y'all leave, I'm sitting with some hog dudes. Could y'all just walk over and say hi for like 1 minute?" Chuck and Z are awesome, so they did that, of course, and
made you look like the big dog, huh?
And I looked pretty good in front of my friends.
That's all you wanted.
Well, no, it was a comment. It was a goodwill gesture.
That's exactly what you were wanting.
It was a goodwill gesture, and it worked out. But really appreciate Chuck and Z were doing that because they, and I quote several of the guys, it made their year, not their day, not their week.
Listen, they're good guys, but they're not make your year guys. Come on now.
So I did find a kick out of that. And the worst of the weekend had to be my car getting towed. $150 tow fee, $40 ticket, but luckily Tommy's agreed verbally that he will expense that. Because I was working.
I'll agree to it as long as I can get the owner of the company and my boss to agree to it. How about that?
Okay.
As long as we can get the IRS to agree to let that be a business expense we can write off on our expenses.
Okay.
Think we can get the IRS to go for that?
I don't know about politics and money.
That's not politics. I mean, it's just
it's politicking with people. So you hand that's your thing. You handle.
I'll do my best. How about that?
Oh,
dude, all right, my best of the weekend. Had a great weekend fishing at Gaston's. Awesome time to get away. Had a great father-son weekend. Good friend of mine and his son and my son. We just had an awesome time. The Hogs winning. Got to watch that there at Gaston's. So some awesome memories there. So really love that. Worst of the weekend. Hey, everybody is busy right now. Stimulus money, tax return money. Everybody's eating out. End of spring break. If you call in a to-go order somewhere and they tell you 20 minutes, how long should it be at the most, Ty?
30.
30. That's a good number. Not an hour and 5. Don't tell me 20 knowing it's going to be an hour. That should be my beef on Wednesday, just so I don't cancel the order.
Okay.
That happened last night. Nothing hacks me off more. Hot Take Monday brought to you by Wheels RV. 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV.
Hogs fired up, fired up, fired up. You gotta help me with the chorus.
Elvira. Giddy up has the perfect solution for buying a pool without breaking the bank. Enjoy quality family time this summer while keeping cool when the temperatures get hot with a semi in-ground pool. 15-foot pools start at just $99.97 at Burton Pools and Spas. Enjoy your semi in-ground pool this year from Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, and always online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
Hi, I'm Bill Bolton of NWA Gold, Silver, and Coins. I started in this business in 1972 at an auction house that specialized in antique and estate jewelry, sterling silver, and coins. In that time, I've seen gold go from $35 an ounce to today's price of $1,683.